What is up, ladies and gentlemen? How the hell is it going? It's 7:09 p.m. PT here in San Francisco. It's June 13th in the year 2022 of our Lord. I don't know who the Lord is, but the spaghetti monster in the sky, I don't know. It's good to have you here. What the fuck is up? It's Monday night. That means it's D&D night. For the last time. Pretty goddamn crazy. It is the epilogue of our year-and-a-half-long homebrewed 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons campaign that our lovely DM Sticks121 in chat put on for us. It's over. Tonight's the epilogue. Fucking crazy. We started this thing in January of 2021. We went from level 1 to level 20. Tonight we celebrate with the boys. We have the full party in chat, including our special guest, the Invisible Gentleman, aka Eric. Bittersweet. But we will be announcing what we're doing next. Even though we've announced it like 17 times, we'll just re-announce it. You know how we roll. We're going to talk about that after we wrap up the campaign. Cheers to you, Al, our brave Kale, our beautiful Vengeance Paladin, who rose to godhood. Chat, I cheers to you. I made a delicious paper plane bourbon cocktail just for this special event. Cheers. Damn, that's good. No, seriously, it's really good. Wow, that's made perfectly. Wow. Damn, dog. That's a delicious cocktail right there. All right, we're going to jump into the Discord. We're going to say hi to the crew. We're going to get to the epilogue. We're going to talk about our favorite moments in the last year and a half in our campaign. 60 weeks. LexiCat, thank you very much. It's so good to see you, by the way. Wrong camera. That camera. It's so good to see you. Hope you're well. Good to see all of you, Mux and Undead Heart, Iron Therapy. It's good to see you all. Al, it's good to have you all here on this final session of D&D. It's like a quarter of a session. It's not going to be a full 4 hours. It's literally just wrapping stuff up. We're going to be hanging out. This is like DVD director and actor commentary. That's kind of what tonight is. But we'll see. We'll see what Styx has planned, which is probably not much because we're wrapping up. Anyway, let's jump into the Discord and see how the crew is doing. Hello!
Oh gosh. Good timing.
What are you guys talking about?
You don't want to know.
Absolutely nothing. Don't worry about
We're
it.
talking about contract,
Nothing
dude.
at all.
It's
not
over here.
We've behaved for 59 seconds.
Monka TOS.
Right?
Monka TOS.
Boys, I raise a glass to you. Cheers, my friends. I'm cheersing to you on camera in the stream. I know you guys probably aren't watching because you guys are here.
I'm watching you.
But cheers. You boys are beautiful. Ooh, thanks. Oh, excuse me.
I can
Ooh,
see
cool.
you,
That's what I meant.
chat.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Happy
Cheers, Homer.
epilogue.
We did it.
We did it.
We did it.
We did it.
Now this is pod racing.
You stole my line, damn it. This is tense.
This is Wizard.
Try winning. Damn it. I
Oh
messed that
no.
up.
Oh no.
That's the start. Try
Hey,
spinning.
thanks, Pete.
That's a good trick.
Thanks. Try winning. Try winning. Let's say hi to the boys. Eric, our special guest,
I'm very special.
is here
yes.
2 weeks in a row. That's yeah, you are, but we still love you. Just like any special person should be. Forced love. I'm just kidding. Joking. Come on. This is a Soma stream. It's a dark place.
You don't,
Eric.
You know, like you're a lot closer to what we were talking about than you think.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah.
Let it go. Leave it.
You censor
Leave
me,
Let it
it.
brother.
go. Let it go. Is that the song or is it Let It Be? Let It Be. No, Let It Go.
Let's let it go.
That's a bit. That's a
Let It-
Beatles song. Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the Frozen song because that song's
Donnie, you sound like you're in a cave from 40 years ago.
Of wonders.
A cave.
Let me turn you up.
Where am
I feel like you're very
I'm using
quiet.
the right mic. I'm using the right mic.
There we go.
Sounds fine for me.
Okay. Okay. Let me turn up my headset.
Yeah.
volume. We have Eric, our special guest here. Eric, thank you for joining us 2 weeks in a row. That is very sweet of you.
I try.
You were here session 1, if I'm not mistaken, or session 2? Session 2 or
I think.
3? Yes, you've pretty much been here the entire time. Eric, thank you for joining tonight.
Glad to be here.
We have Al, aka Morton Salt, here with us tonight, who joined about halfway.
Yeah, about
That's
halfway.
fairly early.
It was, I mean,
I think it was like
Yeah, it's session 20 something, right?
I see.
a third of the way. You joined us like a third of the
Yeah.
way.
It was,
Or a
it was
third of
whenever
them.
we were in the Dorvan city. I don't remember that.
But he's been here in the beginning because he was in the beginning of the other campaign, which started 2 weeks before us. So
True.
no works.
so at least I didn't have to catch up on lore.
Correct.
Exactly. Thank you for being here tonight, sir, and thanks for being a part of the group. You're a beautiful, beautiful man, and I cannot wait to see you in Vegas, which we still have to plan that, by the way. And I'm not letting anyone get out of that. It is a forced
It's
trip.
mandatory work trip.
Everyone is getting handcuffed to each other and whipped.
And
Um,
go.
Jesus Christ.
Still,
Okay. Are
again,
you
very
sure
close
you
to
didn't
what we
hear
were talking about before.
Yeah, wait.
It's way too.
Moving right along, we have Mr. Pete, aka Bash, aka Shoobity Doop, Shoobity Doop, Shoobity Doobity Doop, our rogue.
I'm gonna miss that song. You're gonna have to come up with a new song for my new character.
Oh, you don't even have to tell me. Trust me. There will
Okay.
naturally be some monstrosity that's kind of music birthed out of my throat hole, or
Sorta,
pretty
kinda.
much all of you. So, yeah, that's not going
Awesome.
away. Pete, you joined us, I don't know, we were about 2/3 into the campaign. You joined us for like the last 20
No, for Wasset for the desert arc.
Yeah.
I mean, how many? I mean, you haven't been playing for that long. You've been here about 20 to 24 weeks. I think
Something
it's
like
It's
that,
almost
yeah.
half.
Yeah.
It's almost half. He came in like the second half
60
of the
sessions,
show.
though. 60 sessions. You got to think about
Yeah,
that. So
you
when I
said,
say
like,
the final third, he
25-ish.
joined the final third. I think he joined the final third. I think it's 20 sessions. It doesn't matter.
It was my honor. We were level 10 when I joined.
And you
My God.
witnessed
Wow.
Crazed lose like 2 characters
Immediately.
and
yeah.
it, like immediately in that city, yeah.
Yeah, 3 overall.
Yeah.
Which is,
Yep.
Wow. My little shitty channel just hit a hype train. That doesn't happen. Thanks, Torque.
Whoa.
You guys are very, very nice.
I
Thank you.
wish it was tomorrow. It's my 100th.
Save it for next week when I do my 10-year
I'll
stream
save it.
anniversary in Chernaris
I will.
with a special guest. That'll be from 7 p.m. PT to 7 a.m. PT. Why would the time zone change? Don't know. Figured I'd just throw it out there because extra letters. That'll be next Tuesday. I'm actually taking the next day off work.
Is your
so.
special guest Ernest Hemingway?
No, someone
How'd you know, dude?
beloved or not,
Hunter
depending
S.
on
Thompson.
depending on the type of Daisy fan. From the old days and from the Daisy community that many, many people know. So anyway, of course we have Mr. Donnie. Donnie Mortimer himself. Thank you for joining and thank you for being here.
The
from the
only
beginning.
character who lasted the whole fucking session. Other than Kale.
Campaign.
Kale lasted the whole.
Yeah, fucking
I
crazy.
mean, he did kind of disappear for a while.
Yeah, but that was
15
for like a story element that was cool. And
Yeah.
it actually made sense. And was oh my god, I forgot about his Dragonborn character. I'm assuming he just died. Is he showing up tonight? I don't know. I guess we'll see. Donnie, love you. You're a fantastic player and a great RPer. And
Thanks.
you bring a level of gaiety to the group that
Good.
happiness that
Good. that's what.
Happiness, you
okay.
freak. Gaiety,
not-
Gaity, gaiety. Come on.
Sorry, I was just a little excited there for a second.
I love you too. It's okay. Anyway, you bring something positive.
Thank you.
Something
I like
positive
Slay.
to the
Thanks for
group.
having me.
You're a nice man. Mr. Rival Bishop
baby
himself, our beautiful support character / healer that turned out to be the dragon killer and one of the most powerful characters in the group that did a whole bunch of shit and teleported us through trees and was the most wise amongst us. Rival, keep teaching the future of our country, those sweet youth addicted to, CCP,
And
short
TikTok.
form videos. Yeah.
They're all monsters.
Okay, that's good.
All of them.
Good answer.
It's good to know.
answer.
All right, that's great.
All fucked.
And of course, we cannot forget about Crazed himself, the crazed man.
Man of many faces.
Man of many, yeah.
The man that carves faces,
God.
and then he is the faceless
is.
man, actually. He killed his characters on purpose because he wanted to be other characters, because he's a faceless man. And I love that.
Yeah,
That makes a
on
lot
that, on
of
that subject,
sense.
I could have sworn I saw you out there with those QAnoners in Dallas preaching that theory this weekend, my dude.
I don't even know how to
You-
respond to that because that's so fucking ridiculous to say. I don't even know what to say to that. That is so dumb. But that's why we love
You were out there with the JFK conspiracy guy, dude. You had like your little head, like the truth behind Galt Morningstar.
I don't even know what to say. I love you, Chris. Everyone brings such a unique element to this group, and Craze brings one of the most unique elements that's on a weird end of the periodic friend table. And
I'm just a
it's good to have you
weirdo,
here.
dude. But
that's why we love
All
you.
good. That's why you're here.
I'm a weirdo that will ride or die for the boys. All right.
I know you are. You're a loyal man.
That's why we love you, bub.
You're our
Exactly.
weirdo.
You're our fucking weirdo, goddammit. And then, of course, our brilliant, beautiful DM, Mr. Sticks121, who created this nerd fucking geek fest that we call Irilon.
In 2 weeks.
He did
I'm
it.
still
He did it
amazed.
fast. He did it hard, and it
Still
turned
amazed that it turned out as well as it did.
out well. Sticks, another glass
Howdy.
raised to you for the work you've done.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. You're a
I
good lad.
appreciate
You're a smart
Your
man.
appreciation.
I appreciate your ability to tell a story and to make every session feel contained and fun in its own cool way. I feel like that's hard to do. I don't know if, I feel like I know how to tell a story. I don't know if I would have been able to do it as good as you. In fact, I definitely don't think I would have been able to. I literally learned so much from you as a storyteller and how to approach DMing. I'm not even fucking kidding. I learned more from you in this campaign than I did from Koibu or watching Critical Role crap or other D&D content or playing with folks in high school. I'm dead serious. You know how to tell a really good story. So cheers to you.
Thank you.
And now that I'm removing everyone's dicks from my mouth because I'm the little girl in the center of the bukkake, why don't
Mousetrap.
we wow. Wow.
That's the safe word.
Okay.
We're catching you up on the conversation from behind the scenes.
All right.
Sorry.
No problem. Now that I'm done complimenting everyone in our epilogue 60th session, why don't we do a little bit of a recap for the whole campaign? Sorry, Sticks.
Oh, like you guys won. There's your recap.
A whole
You killed
recap,
everything.
and of course a recap. Well, I guess if you do the whole campaign, that counts for session 59.
Dude,
too.
if I recap the whole campaign, first of all, I don't remember about 2/3 of it.
You definitely
but-
could do it, and I'm excited for you too.
You spring this on me.
You
No
can
way.
do this.
So,
You'll be able to do
chat,
this
let
in
me
fucking
point this out.
3 minutes.
So listen. Soma doesn't come up to me like last week and goes, "Hey man, I really want you to like think back and like recap the whole session for us and just give us a nice little like movie trailer." It's just now. So I'll do my best, I guess.
That's all we ask for.
Dude, I would have to describe like all
No,
of
give us the
Kray's
elevator
characters,
pitch,
half of
come
which
on.
I don't even remember.
We will fill
Same.
in the gaps.
Yeah.
just like
We'll
the
popcorn
mousetrap.
in when we need it. You
There
know,
you go.
we'll
Yeah,
just
we'll
come
help.
in.
I hate this. Okay.
You got this.
I
Six
mean, it
frantically
all-
paging through a notebook.
It all started. No, I don't write any of this shit down. Are you kidding me? That's
And
why
you
I
can
can't
pull up the
remember
world
half
map
the
if you want.
shopkeep's names. But
You don't have to remember that.
yes,
This is high level story beats. You don't have to remember every combat scenario or what. You don't have to remember all of Kray's characters if you don't want. This is high level story beats where we traveled in the world.
I
shit
mean,
like
I
that.
guess it all started in ye old Dragonfall, right? With a
Yeah.
very moody, edgy elf walking up to the keep in Dragonfall. And then we met everybody, and then Crazed wanted to punch somebody in the face, and then you guys took a mission
No, legit.
to
I
go
rewatched
kill.
I rewatched the first episode.
Yeah.
Literally not even an hour in. Craze's first action in the campaign.
First
is
thing
to
I want to
go
do.
Beat up some random person
It's
on the
so
street.
funny
Yeah,
that
dude,
an
important
hour into our
story
first
element.
session, Craze still thought we were playing 10th grader D&D. And we
Yeah.
were like, nah, dog,
mean,
this
we
is
are,
different. No, we're not.
Well,
Because
I
we
also
would
had
have
my
killed
first-
everyone in every town.
That was my
And
first.
fucked
Yeah,
orc
exactly.
hookers. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. You would have been hitting on every fucking tavern lady, and you would have like literally killed everything you saw. I was in high school. I played D&D. I remember.
That's what I did in high school D&D. Fucked orc hookers and
Exactly.
killed every town person.
Yeah,
Jesus
exactly.
Christ.
You guys
Yeah,
didn't do
kids
that?
are psychotic.
Yeah.
Rival, you're a teacher.
15
you
years
know
old?
this.
No,
Yeah, of
my
course.
yeah. I only had like one kid who would be a good player. Everybody else
See?
was a murder man. Murder man. Like, hey, you're
Yeah.
talking to
Murder
the
hobo.
king of all the land. Stab him. What? No. Yes,
Yeah.
stab him.
I kill the king and punch a commoner. Yeah. That's
Now
just-
I'm the king. That's not how this works.
Yeah.
No,
Right,
you're
right,
under
you keep
arrest and
people-
you are and you will be executed at dawn. Like, what the hell is
Yeah,
the
you
matter
took
with
a
you?
you took a step onto the king's steps.
See, what you gotta
And
do
a
they
is
cut your head off.
15-year-old DM doesn't think, oh, the guards arrest you. They
Yeah,
say,
right.
all right, roll for initiative. The king gets killed. You kill the guards. You take over. And now you have the
Right.
pick of the orc hookers. Yeah.
Right, but now, to me though, the funny part is Rival could use this opportunity to really just educate these kids on the merits of
Yes.
feudalism, right? You don't just kill the king.
Oh, that's
okay?
where
You
I
kill
go.
the king in a feudalistic society. Well, now you're dead. There was actually a story of Sir Richard the Lionhearted, right? Who's like, the brother of
Robin
King
Hood.
John from Robin Hood, right? And everybody thinks, oh, Richard the Lionhearted, he was great. No, he's just some French asshole who sieged down a bunch of castles because he was broke and needed to get money. But in any case, in the last siege he did, he gets shot in the neck by a peasant boy who's like 12, who kills the king, right? Or one of the high guys. And he's like, hey man, I'm not even mad at the kid. Good shot. I'm just going to lay down and die. But his men were like, nope, fuck that, and skinned the kid alive. So don't kill the
Of
king.
course.
Don't do it.
Don't kill the king.
Don't
Well,
kill the
let's be
king
honest.
unless you have backing that can kill all the people that backed the other king that you just killed.
Correct.
And that you are going to be sitting your ass on the throne.
If
That's when
you are
kill the
very
king.
well protected, you
Yeah,
may kill the king.
exactly.
But-
Yeah, for the fourth grader that always asks, my question to them is, can you turn into a dragon? To which they say no, and I say, okay, well, this isn't going to go your way.
Exactly.
Well, then my character beats your
I
character.
love it.
Yeah, sorry, all
Well-
of my characters are dragons.
Of course they are. Well,
Well,
we'll see what he
beat
does
up
in
your
Star
uncle.
Wars.
Anyway, sorry, Sticks. Please give us the full campaign recap.
Oh Jesus! So you guys started off working for the Steward of Dragonfall. You did a bunch of odd jobs. Craze lost a character, and then you started doing stuff for Iliandra, and you started realizing that hey, there's this big bad necromancer out there who's causing all these troubles, not just
You forgot about Lord Thrax.
hobgoblins and Lord Thrax. Well, you said all the main story points, but I'll get there.
Fair enough.
Now, you start taking missions from Iliandra. You run into Lord Thrax, who is, the lord of these Dragonborn who are resurfacing after thousands of years. And meanwhile, in my other campaign, I have to say this because it actually is important. I'm actually going to pay some guys some tribute here because they deserve a shout out here too. We got my first time wizard, Solomon. We got Verona.
Solomon's still alive, right? He's the leader.
Oh
of the
yeah, he's the
Segregation
leader of
Order.
the Segregation Order.
Yeah.
We got Kale, original Kale. This is OG Kale. And then oh yeah, Dave. How can I forget Dave's wonderfully insane character? And these four were at simultaneously while the Dragonborn saga was going on with this group. These four were exploring a problem with the dead not staying dead and weird aberrations showing up on the planet. And this led them to discover that actually Atropos was approaching the planet. And that became their main focus. And those were adventures centered around Baratin, while the other party was in Dragonfall. So while you guys were in Dragonfall dealing with Lord Thrax, going through the Diarrhea Waterfall sewers, having Crazed get killed by a Rat King, having Rival die to a bunch of bugbears and hobgoblins, eventually this party started fading into the background and doing other things. Except for Kale. We'll get back to him in a moment. So basically after all of that came to pass, you guys soon learned, and this was about the time Bobbity joined the campaign, because his big deal was, I'm sort of a dwarf druid astronomer guy. There's something wrong with the thing in the sky. So Rival, in the form of Bobbity, was really the first person to bring the Atropos thing to everybody's attention in this party. After that, this is about the time you were getting ready to leave Dragonfall. I think first, though, you guys helped out the dwarves to the north. There was the Cragmaw Delve, the first raid, which was really cool, which starred Al being his first character in this campaign, which was Corin.
Oh, Corin.
Yeah.
Cool character.
Womp womp.
You know what, Al?
What a crazy
Yeah.
first.
So here's all the people that are dead. I'm just going to put them at the top of the screen. We had Gaul at
In
25 hit
memoriam.
points.
I guess technically, like you're
We
saying.
had Heron at 19 hit points.
Oh, Heron.
Then we had, Grim dies
Top
later.
of the screen where?
Oh, I didn't drag you guys to the world map. My bad.
No.
It's all good. It's all good.
Oh, there we
Dragging you now.
go. Oh, Heron. Heron was
Wait.
asking for it with how he was being played.
And then we had Corin show up.
Yeah, that would have been so weird because he was like lawful good. He like helped like I'm sorry to go off like topic here, but Pete, you would have liked him. He like went to like the poor like areas of villages and like repaired people's shit for free
Oh yeah,
and
that's
like
your
gave
whole
them
thing.
money. Yeah, he was like super honorable and like good.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
The good
and then
prince.
he died.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
Then
a
he
prince.
got zombified.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually
We're getting
great.
there.
It's actually great. It's kind of amazing that the most arrogant dick of the party died alongside, in one foul swoop, the most honorable, lawful good, generous character,
Yeah.
which is kind of cool now that I think back. Anyway,
This
sorry.
was about the time that Cray showed up with this old gem. Runon. But yeah, so this was our party for a hot minute, and you guys did missions for Ileandra. You guys helped out the dwarves a shit ton. You started moving south with Ileandra, and this is where you first encountered the necromancer. He showed up in the back of Ileandra's like carriage and was like, "Hey, what's up? By the
That
way,
was
I'm
so
around and
bold
I'm
of him. Just thinking
fucking
about
around
that.
with shit."
Like that was so
Mhm.
crazy of him to just fucking pop up like that.
And all this
Wow.
time, hold on, we gotta have Mortimer there because he lasted
Original
forever.
Mortimer, though.
Yeah.
OG.
Oh yeah. The hunchback.
I don't have original Mortimer's token, unfortunately.
Steve Buscemi, Mortimer.
Steve Buscemi.
Does he get
Mortimer.
recasted when he comes back from the Feywild?
Yes, as Benedict Cumberbatch as
Okay,
Doctor
okay,
Strange, like
okay.
literally.
No, just Steve Buscemi with a shower and a haircut.
Shut
and a mustache.
Boy, am I glad I
And
called
he,
that
and he
guy.
stands up straight now.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
There
like
we
putting on. He's like putting on lipstick and the.
Exactly. I'm glad I scried that guy.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, we had all these people around. Bobbity has shown up by now in the story. We have Aaron's not there, Abdul's not there, but motherfucking Grimfist Shadow Moon,
Oh,
the man
Grimfist.
himself.
Rest in pep.
Griffiths did so well until he didn't.
Oh,
Yeah.
Did so well until he didn't run away that one
Yeah.
time.
that's true.
Cost him everything. But it's okay. He was an altruistic fucker and he went down the way he wanted to, which is helping people.
Yeah.
Can't say more. But you guys headed south towards Barrowton. You had a fight in Oakwood with a bunch of undead people. The necromancer then talked to you before you hit Barrowton. And then by the time you hit Barrowton, the idea was to stop here for a moment and then make your way through to New Harbor so you could take a ship to the Elven Lands. Barrowton was interesting. You did a raid in the monastery thing
Yeah.
place, killed a zombie beholder, and
That
a
was
bunch of
later.
other shit.
I thought, wasn't that later?
No, that was before you went to New Harbor and went to the Elflands. Because once you guys went south, like you guys didn't come back forever. So,
I thought the zombie beholder was in this tower over here.
nah, dude, they're
No,
like
that was a
CR5.
legit beholder.
That's a
That was
regular
legit
beholder.
That's why we got the white dragon
Oh,
tail
that's
meal
right.
from that.
That's
We got a
right.
bunch of purples from that.
Yep.
That's true.
Perps.
Yeah.
So, after Barrowton, you guys headed to New Harbor, where you met up with an elf lord who was like, hey, by the way, Lord Thrax has been seen around here fucking around with some shit. And you guys were like, yeah, Nevern was like, that fucker, he's going down.
Yeah.
Little did he know. Well, he did go down.
Yeah.
Corrin and Nevern charged into battle, triggered just about every defense that the boss had at once, and summarily beat Lord Thrax, but not before he summoned an undead dragon, which pretty much one-shot them with his necro breath.
An adult blue zombie
Yeah.
dragon.
And then
Nuts.
Rival was like, fuck this, we got to get out of here. And called owls to pick everybody up and get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
And he did. And Zombie Nevrin and Zombie Corn were dropped from the sky, so they would die finally, which they did. And then Nevrin would travel, well, his corpse, I guess, would travel with them from New Harbor to the Elflands. But before that would go down, we would meet in this campaign. Hail.
Hail.
And
You can actually just drag
And
this
Aaron.
big
Aaron.
Kale token up, because that's
Both
what he
together.
originally looked like.
Yeah,
Two
this is
brothers got
OG Kale.
introduced. Yeah.
This is OG Kale. It's a small token.
Is that just Kale without his armor?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Basically. Yeah.
And then we also met this strapping young man,
That lovable man.
Aaron, who someone's like, this guy's not gonna die. Don't worry about it. But he made him,
Sure.
which is true.
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 This was the guy I
Soul
wanted you to
Sorks are
play.
Fucking hard, man.
There were
Hardcore. Hardcore
I-
motherfuckers.
it's funny because I remember when you're like, which guy should I play? Should I play Lizard and Vern? Should I play this guy? Should I play that guy? And I was just like, play the Divine Soul Sork. Just play the Divine
It's
Soul.
such a fun character. Little known fact: in Rivals campaign, which was 4 or 5
Devlin
sessions,
Bane.
Devlin Bane was going to be a full-on Divine Soul Sork. And I never got to open up that character or see what they could do. And then, honestly, it was exactly what I was hoping for, getting to endgame with Aaron. It was just fucking strong and cool.
It was around this time that we opened up multi-classing in the game, because I was like, okay, like half the parties died once, so
We need to OP
I'm
it up
gonna-
a little bit.
yeah, you guys can be OP if you want.
Yeah.
And you unlocked the Dragonborn race, so you could make characters as Dragonborns at this point, because you killed Lord
Shady.
Thrax. But anyway, after that, you guys headed to Lon Tiernan to the Elflands. And oh my, did the game kind of open up at that point? Get a little more serious, right? I think you guys were like level 7 when you ended up here.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. And you met a whole bunch of your family there. Aaron and Kale figured out that they were actually more related than they thought, not just like people who were in houses that knew each other. You guys found out you were all blood relatives and also Mortimer as well. So the 3 brothers discovered their origins here. They're really half
Two
brothers.
brothers and a Mexican alien armada. Sorry.
Yes. Mexican alien
Thank you for that,
armada.
Donnie. Thank you.
That's for my next campaign. You can't be spoiling. Never mind.
Okay.
So after the Mexican alien armada,
Very important.
yes, we had you guys discover a little bit more about yourselves. You met Ilmar, the matron, and man, you met the Elven King, who none of you liked, which is according to plan. And then after this, wow, like shit started going down pretty crazy. I forget what the big like. You did some like random missions for the Elf King. It was like, oh
What
yeah,
the
I'll help you
heck?
out if you do my chores. Oh yeah, the Blood Hag that almost ripped your face off. That
And
Yeah, almost murdered me,
adult
yeah.
green dragon.
adult green
Mm.
dragon.
Got a lot of dragons in this game.
Yes.
Hydra.
Well, it's called Dungeons and Dragons. I mean,
Gotta have dragons.
and you gotta have dungeons. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
and I did both. Anyway, yeah, I guess at this point, you know, you got tired of doing chores for the Elf King, and he's like, well, listen, I'm gonna help you with the ritual to go to the Feywild, so I need the Blood Hag's heart, and I need a couple ingredients, blah, blah, blah. And you got them from the dragon and the Blood Hag. You opened a portal to the Feywild, and you went, and Mortimer was gonna talk to, because at this point he was still a warlock, was gonna go talk to his
Yes.
patron, the Summer Queen. And when he got there, they found out that the necromancer had actually basically converted her to his cause.
Hmm.
And so then you had to fight the necromancer's forces for a minute, and you fought your first Atropal in the Feywild.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys pretty much barely survived, if I remember. It was
No,
pretty
didn't
rough.
Eric stunning strike it?
No,
He
Eric
stunning
just-
striked
Eric
it,
deleted
but
it.
no,
Eric
but you
stunned
guys
it.
were taking the AoE from
Yeah,
his
yeah. I
aura,
remember the AoE
and
fucked
you
us
couldn't
up.
heal in it because
Yeah.
it was the
Yeah.
size of the room. So
But I
it
remember
was
he
a
stunning
war of
striked it.
attrition. The stunning strike helped, otherwise someone would have died probably.
Yeah.
But it was still a pretty taxing fight if I remember properly. Then you guys closed the portal after you came back through, and the Elven King was like, "Fine, I'll rally my forces and make sure that when the time comes,
Didn't you
we'll
forget
do
about
the-
a certain
we'll do the
betrayal
thing."
from a certain Summer Queen? Did you mention that?
Yes,
I
I
did.
mentioned that already.
Oh,
that,
sorry.
she had been put under the sway of the necromancer.
I literally was reading something. And
Yeah,
I
it
missed you
fucked up
saying
the
that.
whole
My
Feywild.
apologies.
It was a big deal. But at this point, you know, the Elf King's like, all right, I can send you to the other side of the world to gather more allies in the desert with the Genasi people for your service, so I'll do that. And so he did that. You guys got zapped to this strange elven tower that was like a halfway point where you fought a beholder. And actually, right before you did that, Runon was assassinated by a strange wanderer.
In our own fucking house. Just murdered.
Just murdered. Nobody's safe anymore.
Mm-hmm. Like, what the
But
hell?
this fucking
What's this,
guy
Game of
over here.
Thrones?
The second of the Morningstar clan. Gorm Morningstar.
It's actually a sick image. Wow.
That looks
I know.
really good blown up. I like that.
That looks cool as
Mhm.
fuck. Wow.
Yeah.
Gorm was badass. He was like a witcher. He was
Mhm.
fucking awesome. And he got petrified for the entire Beholder fight and almost didn't survive his second session, which thankfully you guys found a wand of greater restoration as some of the loot in the tower, and you were able to restore him to flesh. Otherwise, damn, man.
First session.
That one wasn't even his fault. Like some of them were tactically like, Craze, what the hell are you doing? But that one would have just been like bad luck.
That was
That
straight
one
up
would have
bad
just
luck.
been like-
Yeah.
He just
Yeah,
happened to be the guy that
wrong
got
dice
petrified.
roll.
Yeah.
Yep.
We happen to have no way to cure it.
Yeah, dude, getting unpetrified is actually really difficult
Yeah.
in the early game. But yeah, after that, you fixed the teleporter inside the tower. You were able to further go on to the lands of the Genasi, Kem and Waset. But you started in Kem in the port town, and Al met his Genasi girlfriend. What else happened there immediately?
Whatever happened to her?
Crazed immediately
She's
lost
fine, don't worry
1,000
about it.
gold. And
Oh,
got
yeah, he
indebted
loaned
to the
Crazed
criminal
some money.
syndicate.
No, he loaned some money from Al, lost it all,
Mm-hmm.
In one
then
shot.
joined
It wasn't
fighting
like in
ring.
like a wasn't like in multi games.
No, he went all in on his
Yeah,
first hand and just
yeah.
lost everything. Yeah, exactly. And then it's pretty funny.
It's a
and-
Giga Chad move.
But
Stop.
you also discovered the criminal syndicate, which led to you
Mhm.
guys eventually raiding that giant palace later on.
Bro, we were way in over our heads at that.
And you almost TPK'd. The campaign was almost over in Chem. Like, it was bad.
How
But
did we escape?
yeah, Aaron found a shiny little bottle in the vaults of the Vizier guy. And it was an Ifriti bottle. And he got 3 wishes. And Aaron made his first wish, which killed everybody in the giant estate palace thing, but gave the palace to you guys.
Which happened to be like several hundred, like, innocents, right? Because of how, like, everybody.
Yeah,
there at
like all
time.
the servants and their families just got.
Yeah.
Probably
killed.
several dozen. Not
It was several
dozen.
dozen. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's probably like, I think probably like 40, 50 people died,
He's
innocent
only like
people.
a minor mass murderer. He's not like on the
A dozen guards.
Okay.
A dozen guards, the crime syndicate boss, and like, I don't know, 40 innocent people.
What
Yeah,
was the
just-
wish
that's it.
exactly? How did you word the wish? Like, why did it? I wasn't here yet, so I don't know how you.
Everyone was down in combat. I was pretty much the last one standing, and they were rushing toward me, and I rubbed the bottle, or I like opened the bottle because we were told, go into this palace, retrieve this bottle, and give it to me, and it'll pay off your gambling debt. That's what Craze's character was tasked to do. So we said, fine, we'll fucking help you, idiot. You lost this money. You got us in trouble. God damn it. Fine, let's do this. We go in, and they said, don't open the bottle, though. It kills anyone that opens it. It'll just kill you. Do not open it. Just bring it to us. If you open it, you will die. So we go in to this palace. We try to steal it. We get caught. These badass fucking guards start slicing us up. The crime syndicate boss is like a badass sorcerer or wizard or something. He's fucking us up. Everyone's dropping like flies.
I think I have this.
Aaron,
Yeah,
I actually thought we were going to TPK. So it's like, fuck it. I'm just going to kill everyone. So I grab the bottle and I open it and then throw it into the middle of the room toward the guards that were rushing toward me, the last guy standing. This is the crime syndicate guy and of Chem, or Chem. And as I'm throwing the bottle and it lands, an Ifriti comes out. Styx rolls on the Ifriti table.
D100.
D100. There's a bunch of shit like the Ifriti.
I rolled a 95.
He rolled a 95.
So, yeah.
If you get below a 90, there's a chance that you just die. There's a chance that it attacks you and fights everyone in the party. There's a chance that it like attacks everyone around it and then something. And then there's another one where it just like flees. And then there's another one where nothing happens. And between 90 and 10, or and 100 rather, you get 3 wishes. And I got a 95. And then time froze. The Ifriti was like, you have 3 wishes. What's your first wish? And I said, or Aaron said, I wish that my party and I were safe in this palace, that it belonged to us, and everyone who wasn't us is dead outside the front door.
No, you said like any hostiles, and because like
No, I didn't say
everybody worked for this
hostile.
guy.
I didn't say
know.
hostile.
Everybody died.
You just said you just wished everybody died. All right.
I said anyone that's not my party is dead outside the front door, and this palace belongs to us.
Yeah, it was like straight panic from Aaron.
And it literally changed and warped reality. and no one in the city realized that we had just shown up the day before, that we were newcomers in the city. Everyone had just believed that we were just the lords of this palace and some rich fucks that lived in the city.
Some rich adventuring mercs who just
Exactly.
like bought this palace, you know. It was just
No
like,
one
oh, yeah.
questioned anything, and the sultan, or the vizier of the city, just had, oh yeah, of course, I've always known you rich assholes that live in that palace, whatever. And we had warped reality, and Aaron obviously was the only one that knew that, and he had to explain to the party that reality had changed and convince them that they had been
And
a part
the
of this wish.
party at this
Oh.
point, I forgot something. Well, didn't forget. I just wrong spot. But this is when we met Voss as well. And the interesting part is, the interesting part about all of this is that Aaron is the only one who remembered that things were different, and he had to convince everybody in the party that, like, no, this is what happened. I got a wish and I changed everything because we were about to die.
Wasn't
Yeah,
that?
this was when
Bobbity was pissed off. Yeah,
Bobbity was
Bobbity
becoming a
not
snake
happy.
and used his fear on Aaron, and then
Yeah, the
Kale
EMT.
threatened me.
And
Yeah.
Aaron was
Oh,
all
man.
depressed that he murdered a bunch
Yeah.
of innocent people because he was just like this nice rich guy that read books in his mansion.
That's right.
And he
I
was all
remember-
like torn.
Oh,
Wasn't
here's
it-
the
That was
blood
a
hag.
crazy
Ugh.
story beat. That was a crazy.
That was like
story
one of the
beat.
best story beats. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Especially for really for Aaron too. Like that was.
Bloodhead.
such
I think
a big
this
moment
was
for you.
more minor, but Gorm was like, I remember doing the roll. Like, I was suspicious that something happened, but like couldn't quite figure out what it was. So it's like it was easy for Aaron to like convince me that he warped reality.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I think I did a roll and just couldn't
that was
quite
crazy.
figure it out.
Yeah, Bobbity was one step away from
Oh,
becoming. a
here's the
snake at
Afridi
some
from the
point.
bottle.
I remember that.
This is the guy who granted you your wishes.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. The Afridi.
Dude looks crazy.
Daddy.
Lawful evil, right?
Something like that.
Dude's a buff daddy for sure.
Willing to stick to the laws, but if you word your wish in just the wrong way, he's going to do evil shit like kill all the servants.
Yeah, lawful evil. Yep.
Yep.
It's lawful, yeah.
There's Afridis that are like lawful good and chaotic neutral and shit, and that I like that a good DM will look at the alignment and say and decide, all right, depending on how the wish is worded, this is how
Mhm.
it will come out.
This is
right?
how it will manifest. Yeah.
And lawful evil is like one of the most fun ways to grant a wish, obviously.
My opinion, that's how wishes should be done. Like that's how they should be written into the rules.
It should be like literal. Yeah.
yeah, because
You have to be very careful.
I've definitely seen other DMs where the player will be like, I wish I had a really powerful weapon, and they just get a holy avenger when it could be like, okay, you're getting instead of okay, you're gonna get a really powerful weapon, but it's gonna consume your soul and you have to
Yeah,
like,
it's
murder
cursed.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or the powerful weapon can just be like a badass ship that you don't know how to use or something like that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
well, you got what you asked for,
Right.
technically.
A pistol shows up in front of you. It has no magazine.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. Anyway, sorry, you can continue. Sticks.
But yeah, so after all that happened, the Yuan Ti invaded. You fought off the Yuan Ti invasion, so the big snake people invasion. And then after that, you were told by the Vizier of Kem that you should head north to Waset and see if you could get the queen of all these lands to also help out. At this point, yeah, the Waset thing happened, and this is where Shu shows up.
Yep. And
And yeah, go ahead.
the paladin.
Not yet.
Right?
Nope. Because Gorm gets wood chippered first.
Oh, right. right.
Get some
Yeah.
07s for my boy Gorm.
Show did. Little-
I actually
little cowboy
don't
hat.
have the map of Waset anymore. Interesting. Okay.
Hmm. It's a cool town.
Must have run out of space. Yeah. I don't even have Chem anymore. I was just like, fuck the desert after we left, I guess. So you guys did this giant raid where every week you were doing a different section of the town and like clearing it up and trying to rescue people. And you heard about a last holdout of survivors, the largest, with the last armed forces and the queen herself being kept in the Well, no, the queen herself was actually in
She's
Chem,
like-
and that's how you found out about the deal, is because she showed up and was like, "My people are fucked. If you rescue them, I'll do whatever you want." And that's why you guys went to Wasset.
Exactly.
But when you got there, you fought your way through the city. You get to the arena. Half of the party splits up, and the other half's like, "We'll stay down here and like tend to the wounded and like whatever, help these people." And then the other half's like, "Let's go talk to the leader of the army." He's like
The
up in
resistance.
the resistance. This guy is like, he's up in the emperor's like box, where they'd sit in a coliseum. And when you get up there, he falls over dead, and the necromancer's there, and he's like, "What's up?" Now, in between all of this happening, Gorm got eaten by an atropal. So Craze made a new character. And that character's name was Telemnar, and he was this badass elf paladin. And he was gonna fuck shit up, and it was gonna be great. And at this point, he is with the group at the arena, and they go down to fight or they get teleported down there. I think it was Kale,
Yeah, I ran right at him.
Shu. Who else was in that first group?
I was there.
Aaron was in that first group that got
No,
teleported.
it was like.
Oh
I
wait,
thought it
no,
was
I
only
ran.
3
Sorry, I
people.
ran
It's
back.
only
I
3
ran
of
up
us.
there because I
Yeah.
couldn't find my brother. Yeah, that's right.
Shu actually ran away. He didn't get teleported because he
Yeah,
got
exactly.
everybody else.
Oh, that's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
ran to go get Aaron.
But-
yeah.
Kale was up there, and somebody else was.
Not Bobbity. Bobbity was healing
Yeah,
people.
it wasn't Bobbity. I was
No, I think it was actually.
It was
Crazed.
Eric. It was Eric.
It was
I
Grimfist, wasn't it?
It was
I
Grimfist.
was attending
Yeah.
to the folks.
Oh,
Yeah.
were you? I can't
That's
remember.
where you guys found me.
Yeah, no, we found you there, and then you went up there to talk to the resistance leader because you knew the resistance leader.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, and then when you both saw it was the necromancer, you just charged him. There was one other person, because I remember 3 of you got zapped down into the arena, and the other
Crazed,
4
crazed
had
Eric,
to
Al.
run up.
It
Yeah.
was those 3. Yeah.
Yep. And then you guys all eventually ended up in the arena, and the necromancer's like, "I'm just gonna watch you fight things for my amusement," and threw a bunch of Angels of Decay on you. That was the first time you saw them in the campaign, I think. Then
Everybody was shocked to see them. So
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then after that, I think it was 2 Atropal Hulks. And that was probably one of the hardest fights you guys ever did, like up until that point. 2 of them at the same time. Crazed and Al. This is like before you guys had a shit ton of hit points and ridiculous ACs, so you guys took a bunch of damage. Al ran away. Crazed got beat up. He ran away. Grimfist was kind of stuck there, and he got eaten.
Time out. I just like to say I didn't run away. I just literally couldn't move because I was like.
Oh, you had the
3 or 4 levels
exhaustion auras,
yeah,
right? Yes. So the exhaustion auras from the Atropal Hulk started happening, which made it
Yeah.
harder for people to move long distances in one turn.
Exactly.
So like Al, I think you retreated to get healed,
Yeah.
and then you got hit with an exhaustion wave, so getting back was going to take you forever. And then the same thing happened to Grimfist and Telemnar, and they both
I
got
was
eaten.
exhausted too. Yeah.
Yeah. But 2 people got eaten by Atropal Hulks.
Mm-hmm.
So 2/7 of the party died. It's almost like a third of the party got wiped on that fight.
Yeah.
And then after that, the necromancer's like, after you guys win, he's like, "Well, that was cute, but like, I really don't like you guys, and you're ruining my shit. And you know what? I'm just gonna destroy the city because I can." And the necromancer just like basically destroys Wasset, with his magical powers. He
not
basically
like
creates a giant crater sinkhole that just swallows up the whole city.
What a
And
dick move.
And you guys had to grab whomever you could and get them the hell out of the city, which you guys did. And then by the time you hit safety of shore, you met a strange little dwarf
Oh god.
with winged boots named Bogdan Silverbeard.
The dark times.
Well,
Truly
let's
they were.
not forget. Let's not forget.
Ooh,
Good old.
yeah.
Let's just say let's. Yeah. Let's forget.
Oh no, you're not gonna forget me there, brother. I'm still very much alive in the universe. Not too happy about what went down. Oh no, but the cream always rises.
Oh no.
The best character in the
Oh,
game,
God.
hands down.
Why have we allowed him to return?
Okay.
He's referring to a strange ethereal mean gene every now and again, and I don't know what this means.
Oh man. Okay.
Some kind of
Moving
far
on.
away.
I'm gonna tell you something. Okay,
I'm
listen to the
changing
records of the
Bobby's
video.
backstory. He has
So
someone to
sad
hunt.
right now. Oh.
Anyway,
Legend has it he's still roaming the land of Irilon.
Oh, God.
I'm sure he is. Yeah. So's Voss, maybe.
he was so unpopular in viewer testing that he was canceled from the show.
And
was like-
player
He was
testing.
written out
And
immediately.
unpopular on
Poochie.
set. Yeah.
I have to
He had to go back to his
my
home planet.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh my
So
God.
after this, you guys went back to Chem, told everybody what happened and that the army of the dead was marching toward them. All of them were like, fine, we're gonna get everybody on ships and get the fuck out of here. But when we get settled, we'll help you out if we can. So you guys also got on ships and headed to, I can't remember, did you guys go to Lon Tiernan first? I think you did. Yes.
That's where we went first, yeah.
Yep. And then, yeah, you were depressed for a while. Pretty much. And then it became time to, I think you guys went to the Obsidian Peaks after that.
Yeah, we went and licked our wounds. And I think I got us stuck. Like we all split off, right? We all went and
Yeah.
did different things. And Bobby got everybody like committed to that. I was like, hey, we're gonna go do this, by the way.
Yep. That's right.
Yeah.
Kale went to go look for like survivors in Barrowton and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys went on the church massacre.
The church massacre.
Yeah, I got the
Jesus
right,
Christ.
I got the book
Yep.
at some point, and I read it.
Oh God.
My
Yeah.
eyes turned. Kale's eyes turned black. He fucking like all like firelight and natural light turned off.
Book
within,
of Vile
like-
Darkness, by the way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Book of Vile Darkness.
And then he vadered a fucking church, which is
Yeah.
pretty great.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was cool.
Mind you, the church was like corrupted by
Yeah.
the death cult.
And no
So-
younglings.
But the women and the children. Okay, so
Man, it gets everywhere.
Oh no.
so that happened, and that's when you discovered Kyra as well. Kyra Zastin. So yeah, after you guys massacre a church, and Bobbity's like, "Sure, I'll help you, dwarf people," because he was talking to the hill dwarves.
Yep.
You convinced everyone that the best course of action would be to go to the Obsidian Peaks. After talking to the king, I think.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Hildorf leader.
Hill dwarf leader. So isn't that the first time you used your plant spurtation or whatever it was? Because you guys went
that
straight
long
back
of distance, yes. That was the first time like I really used it
Yeah.
to get like across the world.
Yeah, and then you guys talked to the Hill dwarf leader. You guys walked south to the Obsidian Peaks. You fought a fucking black dragon before
Like,
that.
immediately,
and then,
yeah.
And then you guys went into Blackrock Spire, basically. And did this huge fucking dungeon that took you guys like, I don't know, 5-6 weeks. It took a long time.
Yeah, it was a month and a
That's
half
big
of D&D
yeah.
in real life.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was such a
Yep.
fun raid.
It was good. That was the longest, biggest raid we did for sure.
And that's where you guys encountered and beat this guy.
Oh, and before we
Oh yeah.
had traveled back from the west, by the way, from Chem, Aaron made his second wish. He wished that everyone in the party that was living at that time innately knew somewhere in the world some sort of artifact or item or weapon or something that could be used to down the
Right.
necromancer and help save
Your
the world.
legendary item quest.
Legendary
Oh, yeah.
item quest.
Legendary
I
items.
wish for the quest, essentially, that led us to some end game items.
Right.
That was wish 2.
Yeah, that was also part of Bobity's reasoning.
And that
He
was
like,
no
oh,
shit, like fucking 9 months ago or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. That was
Wasn't
back in
really.
like September or something crazy like that. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, shit. Them's were crazy times. But
Them
Yes,
damn
sir.
dirty kids.
Yes.
But yeah, you guys did the Obsidian Peaks. You killed Arkin the Cruel. You stole his Fane Eater axe, even though none of you could use it, which is pretty awesome. And Kale got his black plate from
Yeah.
there. His what the fuck is it called?
No, are we talking about the dragon plate? That's not. Yeah, that was
the
the
fucking
The Obsidian Flint or whatever.
yeah,
Obsidian
yeah,
Flint Dragon Plate.
yeah,
Whatever it's
Obsidian
called.
Flint dragon plate. Yeah.
And then you guys got Fane Eater off of him as well, which is
Yep.
cool.
And the just minor thing, the hand of Vecna.
Oh, also,
Right. Yeah, he had the hand of
character
Vecna on him.
character that died in there got the first +3 weapon, and then immediately dropped the lava with it. Yeah.
Yes, so we forgot about Crazed.
Oh boy.
Fourth death.
Yeah, this was his last death.
Bogdan. Floating over lava with 2 hit points left. Being like, I can kill this guy. I got it. I don't need healing, Bob.
Which was
never
not the enemy that we had all been attacking that was one shot. This was a different enemy.
Yes.
So
I'll never
I don't know
forget
if
him
that's either
telling me-
suicide or Craze was fucking playing some other game or looking at his phone. I don't know.
No,
He was just tired.
I was off a really hard work shift that day.
Chris, I'll never forget. I
Excruciatingly
said,
mentally draining.
all you need to do is sit by me one turn. And he said, no, I got
All of that went through my head and out the other ear like the moment you said it. Like I was barely
I was like,
remembering what
okay.
I did the turn before.
Yeah.
But he died a hilarious death, so that's what matters.
True.
Yeah.
He gets
That's
knocked out of
when-
the air, falls into the lava, and burns
unconscious.
to death.
So you're dead. I mean, wow.
Good times.
Yeah. So there went that +3 quarterstaff or whatever it was.
In a different
But-
universe, Bobbity potentially could have saved him if he had the right spells. But,
Right. That's right. You didn't load out.
Yeah.
The-
Rip.
I mean, who plans on like?
Who plans
know.
on someone falling in a pool of
Yeah.
lava, man?
Anyway,
But yeah, if I had like investiture of fire, just turn me into fire damage, running. I'm good. Right?
Save our boy.
Anyway.
Bogdan.
sorry,
Yeah.
Sticks. Continue.
Different.
No, you're
universe.
good.
In a separate
Um,
timeline, Maury's
Yeah.
a Giga Chad and gets hella pussy.
Okay.
What's up, losers?
God damn it.
Don't you? Yeah, these nuts, huh?
My God.
I'm the Lord of Dragon D's nuts.
Hey.
Anyway. Oh man. Anyway. Sorry, chat. Sorry.
Yeah, in a separate
Obsidian
universe, Morty
Peaks.
becomes the king of Dragonfall. Just has a mega harem. That's the ultimate.
Yep. Every
Oh.
16-year-old boy's fantasy.
Oh no.
So here we go. You guys defeat Arkin the Cruel. You get the hand of Vecna. And then you guys like tell the hill dwarves, you're like, okay, we did your shit. Now go meet up with the mountain dwarves and, help out. They agree. They get the fuck out of there. You guys head back, but not before in that dungeon rescuing somebody.
My
Indeed.
boy.
Right.
Victor.
Victor Pavel
Victor. There he
has
is.
entered the lobby.
Victor.
Yes.
A Soma special.
The gun. Yep. Yeah, featuring Soma. Victor featuring Soma. Yeah. I like it. Now,
Crafted for combat. Probably our best damage dealer.
Yeah.
most consistent for sure.
Ugh.
I just remember he shot 5 times, missed 3, and still dealt over 100 damage.
Like 180
It's like,
damage.
yeah, like what the fuck?
Yeah,
It's like
something
you only
stupid.
hit twice, man. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking.
Let us not forget that at this point, Kale was also an unstoppable juggernaut.
True.
Lest we forget.
True.
I think Kale had the biggest overall like damage in a round. It was either Kale or Aaron.
I'm
can't
burst
remember.
here. He's more consistent. That's like
Mhm.
that's the trade-off.
The most
Yeah.
damage done in one turn was Kale with
It's like 250 something.
with a bunch of smites and hitting every attack with a crit, and then able to.
There were
use
2
extra
crits, and he
attack.
smited everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used
And it was
4
something
smites.
that was vulnerable to Radiant. So
Top of the DPS chart was
I don't
Victor, and then Aaron was probably third.
I got pretty high up there when I just shot 8 trillion arrows at something in one turn.
that's right.
Yeah.
No, Slab was like extremely effective
Yeah,
in the
Slab was
combat.
You guys just didn't like them.
We're-
I just wonder how much.
I don't know. That guy doesn't exist to me. So
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I liked Slab, dude. He'll always be my homie.
Yeah.
Oh, contrarians. 2 peas in a pod. Anyway.
I
Continue
wonder
on
how much-
Sticks. We've been talking
More
about
like
this for
2
an hour.
slabs in the sidewalk.
All right, whenever you guys
No.
go on a tangent, I just continue eating my Thai food.
No, it's all
Yeah,
good. It's
that's
all
fair.
good.
All right. So after you guys finish up, you guys head back to Lawn Tiern, and it's time to plan the assault. Is it not?
Yes.
Yeah.
no,
No?
we had to go
What
get
did you
the
do?
Godstone, all that stuff.
Sorry, what?
Oh shit! The Godstones.
Godstones, finding our items. Aaron reads the Book of the Vile Darkness.
Yeah, you pretty much covered it there.
Yep.
The Godstones, yeah, you guys got the location of that, but I think you guys got some of your legendary shit before the Godstones, because you got the Godstones at 17.
I got my mask in the Obsidian Peaks at
Correct.
the end of it.
Yep.
I think you were the first
He was the
person to get
first
yours.
person to get
Yes.
his big
The
item. yeah.
Black Dragon mask.
Yep. Thanks, Annalie.
Hi, Crystal.
Oh, my food's here. My God. I got wings.
Did you hear
tonight,
Bisha
boys.
just charge at the door?
I never eat
But-
wings or bad food anymore, but I felt like I needed to celebrate tonight.
Dude,
Yeah, I
wings are
also plug
great.
shitty
I had
food
wings.
order.
My chef made us wings
Mm.
yesterday.
I
It's
got
really
wings from my favorite place in the city, Kezar Pub.
good. Nice.
That's some
It's a
pretty
good spot.
wings.
I just ordered a bunch of queso and a sandwich.
Nice.
I'm gonna-
You
Jeez,
just
baby.
got a bucket of cheese with a sandwich.
Hey.
Hey,
What
don't
do you
forget the
mean?
tortilla
That's the most
chip.
Texas thing I've heard all week.
Oh yeah, queso goes with literally everything.
Okay.
Dude, I'll crush
Yeah,
some
I'm
fucking.
down.
And I'm a savage compared to you guys. Like, I think like McDonald's is fucking yummy sometimes. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Oh god,
No,
I
I'm
can't
with
do
you, Don.
McDonald's.
The man who
No,
should
I
worry
cheat
about
sometimes.
diet the
Donnie,
most eats
I'm
the
young
worst.
enough. I'm with you.
I'm with you too,
No,
Donnie.
I eat pretty good most of the time. I don't know, but I eat like mostly fruit here lately.
I just
Doesn't
get
help, though.
scared because you have your thing, and I just get nervous with your diet. I don't know.
I'm gonna die young. It's gonna happen. But it's okay.
That's what I'm afraid of. Stop
love you,
eating
Donnie.
bad.
Donnie, I love the attitude.
Live
dude.
fast.
Live fast, die young, bro.
I think God already fucked me in the ass, so I think I'm just gonna ride it out.
Ride that cock out. Yeah, I'm just gonna. It's already in my ass. Might as well ride it hard.
I know that feeling.
Might as well make them. Never mind.
All right. Anyway, let's wrap up.
Oh,
let's
man.
wrap up the.
What an
Yeah, we're
analogy.
almost there, guys. And I finished my Thai food while you all were talking. So we're
Well
good.
done. Well done.
My lips are on
Was
fire.
it good?
It was good. It was spicy as fuck.
Drunken noodles.
Oh.
No, it was pad pricking, which is like
Ah, yeah.
chili paste, garlic,
Green
and
beans.
it's green beans, red peppers,
Oh,
Good
that smells
stuff.
so good.
Yeah,
and
good
rice. It's
good
my favorite
stuff.
Thai dish.
It's a good dish.
Yeah,
Anyway,
and it's got lemongrass and
Godstones.
basil.
Ugh.
we plan the.
But before the Godstones, one of those things that we all mentioned sort of happened, right? Because Aaron read the Book of Vile Darkness and got empowered by it.
Mm-hmm.
Then you went and got the Godstones up the
We
mountain
hid the hand
by
of Ekna
escorting the
Machoran.
old lady who actually turned out to be
The
Abdul.
mythical
A liar.
Al-Hazred.
this
Eric's
fucking
new
cool ass
character.
token.
Very,
Actually,
very
really
cool
cool
looking
token.
character.
I'm glad I found that one.
It's a
That's-
great,
yeah, that's a good
great
one.
token.
Yeah.
And then
Indeed. Sorry, I
So-
was drinking water.
So
Anyway,
characters in the ocean.
Holy shit, I know, I'm losing track of it. After this, you guys went out and got some of your mega items, you know?
mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
No, you
Aaron
guys
got
just
the
gave me
staff
the
of
Necronomicon.
the staff of power. Well, I gotta
no,
give
I
you
had the
something.
staff of power already. I upgraded.
When did you get it?
The staff of
I thought-
power? I got that
He got
like
that so long
ages
No,
ago.
no, no, no,
Too
no.
low
I'm
of a
talking when
level.
you upgraded it to the
Staff of the Magi.
Yeah.
That was Godstone.
That was the Godstone, yeah. When we went up
Godstone
to the
did
top of that mountain, that
That's right.
old lady Eric escorted us up the mountain.
Old lady Eric.
Hello, young lads.
Oh,
Yeah.
dear. Got the staff. I think I was the last person to get my item. Or no, Kale was, sorry.
Nope. Kale was absolutely
yeah.
the last.
Yeah. Yep.
Which happened when he and Rival got stuck in Runestone and then rescued the town and fought Gorgoth.
And
then
that only
Kale killed
happened
Gorg-
because of a
Gorgoth,
botched
I
teleport
got accidentally teleported there.
by
then-
Mortimer.
by Mortimer.
Yeah, and they were like, "Hey, we got problems," and then I was like, "Hey, Kale, come help."
Exactly.
Blessing in disguise.
Kinda. You sped the story up a little bit. You saved us.
Yeah. Well, Bobbity was
session
finally like, "All
62.
right, time to roll up my sleeves and do something." But just kidding, Kale, come help.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And then after you guys killed them, you went back and met up with the refugees from Wasset who were dwelling near the mouth of the river, of the Blackstone River over here. Then I think when you guys got back, you were at the hidden elvish city, right? Because the king was coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's look at that fucking cool ass map one more time.
Oh, I really like this map.
This map is the best map I've ever found.
That's
The
cool.
fact that somebody made this in incarnate or not
Nuts.
incarnate, yeah, is fucking bananas. Anyway, yeah, you guys met up with the Elven King. He was like, "I'm pretty much my soul is dying, so I have to go back to the Feywild, and Ilyandra is going to be the Queen of the Elves, and she's coming back."
His daughter.
So, who is also his daughter? That's right. What a twist! I'm like M. Night Shyamalan over
that was
here,
big.
dude. It was huge.
Yeah.
So you handle that. Ilyandra comes back. You guys also got visited by the Raven Queen for the last time in the game, who's like, "I'm gonna give up my divinity so you guys can like get more powerful." Then the Godstones shit happened. Then you came back.
Yep.
Right.
Then the Elf King left.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ilyandra returned
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and was like, "Yeah, the elves will help you out. We'll send our fleet." And then I guess, didn't you guys go back to Dragonfall? Something happened where you guys had to leave the Elven City. And I can't remember what it was.
It was time to go fuck the Necromancer up, I think. Aaron left with the Navy, right?
Right.
Yep.
To meet up in Dragonfall and rally
Yeah.
the forces because all the armies were there. Right.
Yep.
And you guys just teleported, right?
Yeah, we split up to like
Yes.
go and gather
Yeah.
people, and I did my my ritual to raise revenants. Yeah.
Yep. You got the undead Morningstar clan as revenants.
Yep. And then Mortimer tried to teleport us, and shit got fucked. Yep.
Exactly.
And we got scattered.
And that's when Kale was outside of the town where his final foe was to get his legendary item.
Yep.
Well, Bobbity was, and then Kale
Yeah.
showed up.
Yeah, exactly.
He
Yeah,
interrupted
Kale came
his
to help.
ritual to go help. Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And then, yeah, he quenched the sword in Gorgoth's blood and upgraded to his Holy Avenger. Then you guys all met back up in Dragonfall again, because Mortimer's like, "I definitely know how to get back to my tower. I'm not teleporting to some place that's being described to me," right?
Mm-hmm.
So he gets everybody back, and you guys do your last rounds of Dragonfall, really, before the big battle. Because you guys are going to be sailing down to Shadowport.
Yep.
Can you go back to the world map? Oh,
Yeah.
man, you read my mind.
Man, what a boat ride. So you guys head all the way down there. Takes you like 2 weeks, I think, at sea. But you have this elaborate
Well,
plan.
we weren't at sea. We teleported.
No, I meant your armies, not
Oh,
you.
yeah. A week.
It was like a week or something like that.
10 days, something like that. Yeah.
7 to 10 days, somewhere in there. But you guys teleport to the old Beholder lighthouse and start taking the back route in. So you can catch the Necromancer right when his armies are distracted, a la, Aragorn and the armies of Gondor while Frodo's climbing up the slopes of Mount Doom sort of shit. You guys successfully navigate through all these. You kill a Kraken on the way, which is probably now Aaron's fucking boat. Who knows? And then you guys get to the Necromancer's Tower, and you get flown up there. I think Bobbity, didn't you do that or something?
He used owls, and I used seeming to look like
Right.
we were a flock of angels of decay.
Okay, yeah, that's right. And then you got into the tower where the Necromancer dwelleth. And oh my god, you guys fought the goddamn Necromancer. Let me see if I can find that map.
Wait, before that, we fought a freaking didn't we fight like a freaking?
We
Void
fought the
Space
dragon.
Astral
Dragon?
dragon or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
You fought a Void Dragon, that's right,
Yeah.
in the islands.
What was that, an adult or an ancient? I don't remember.
It was an ancient
Shit.
Void Dragon. It was the only ancient dragon you guys fought. And you killed it. And then you guys went to the Necromancer's lair, fought the Necromancer, and summarily killed the Necromancer, who didn't really tell you anything you didn't know, and you guys debated whether you're going to capture him or to make him pay for his crimes or just to kill him. And Kale just took out Holy
Great
Avenger and chopped
decision.
his head off.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
Which is
that
pretty much
discussion.
what Bobbity was saying, anyways.
Right.
Yeah, he was like, we should just kill him.
It was a 50-50 split in the party, and
Yeah.
Kale was just like, enough, chop.
Yep.
And then after that was done, it was time to go deal with Atropos after reading the Necromancer spellbook, which taught you a way to survive in space. Sort of.
Space breathing.
And then you guys went to Atropos. You guys
I'm gonna show
skipped
the
the first encounter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna show the moonlit.
Yeah, I could show the moonlit.
What were we supposed to do at the altar?
Oh, there was stuff inside the altar, for sure. But supposed to do at the altar, there was nothing
Hey.
you were supposed to do except fight that giant bone dragon thing.
I know not to touch altars.
But yeah,
What was
the altar,
in the altar?
Well, I mean, of course, according to the rule book, there's a bunch of treasure and crap in there, but I was gonna do some other stuff in there too.
Like what?
It's a secret.
Okay.
What?
It's a
But
secret.
we paid for the tickets to the magic show, and now the magic show's over.
Yeah,
Tell us
but
how
you
the trick
left
works.
before the end of the credits, so you don't get to see
God
the end
damn
credit
it.
scene.
That sucks.
Another genie.
There is something I will share with you guys though in celebration of this whole thing. But yeah, this is the surface of the moonlit. It's a fucked up place. And right here on those very black eyes of the moonlit, you took on the aspect of Atropos and 7 angels of decay.
I
And
I
you
didn't
guys-
hit anything once that fight.
That's true,
Yeah.
which is pretty ironic if you think about it.
Honestly, I don't think Bobbity actually did anything that fight either. I think I ran around. That was
And
it.
then when you slew the aspect of Atropos, the moon of Atropos started moving away from the planet rapidly, and Aaron used the final wish to bring them back home.
But I killed the aspect by sending him to the plane of positive energy with plane
plane
shift.
shifting it. Yep.
By just touching him with the tip of my finger.
Pretty wild. But what
We
I
didn't
wanted
destroy
to
the
show
moon
you-
though. We just banished it, right?
Banished it away. Yep.
Yep.
And then I used my final wish to get us off the moon, back on the planet. And yeah.
And now here we are.
And now
But
here we are.
before we go back, I'm going to show you guys this. I want to show you the character sheet for the Necromancer.
Lich. Nice.
So he started as a lich. And
Wait, so he had a phylactery?
no.
I was gonna be like, he comes back.
He's got a
I was like,
phylactery, and
wait a
you guys
second.
didn't kill it.
I was like, wait a second.
No, but I gave him the most insane spell book, basically. So it was just like, that's all. I just added a bunch of spells to him that were all like undeathy and necromancery and all that kind of shit.
Nice.
So it's really fun. I gave him like Dark Star. I gave him like Time Ravage, like a bunch of crazy fucking spells. But you know,
I feel
then
like
we
I
had
don't remember us getting hit with that.
No, you didn't. You guys, I did Crown of Stars. I tried to force cage somebody, which worked for a minute.
Kale.
You tried to
Yeah.
put invulnerability on yourself, which would have
Correct. That's a
TPK'd
9th level.
us.
It would have been nuts. There are
Yeah.
ways you can break TPKs, or not TPKs, but what's it called? Invulnerability. But
Yeah.
we came up with a way, like just sitting in chat talking about it. It's concentration. So if you could find some way to incapacitate him or something, it would drop concentration, and then you could kill him.
Right.
But yeah.
What was the thing you were gonna share?
It was the necromancer spells. His
that,
character
that.
sheet. Yeah.
And that brings us back to the manor in Lond Tiernan.
Brings us back to Doe.
And that's why
Few
it was
months.
the greatest summer vacation of my whole life.
And we survived. And why don't we take a quick break? I'm gonna get my food, and then we can go into our epilogue, final little mini session here, and then talk about what's next for the nerd crew.
Sounds
Cool.
good.
All right. Let's come back in 10 minutes.
Stakes Warriors about to win.
8:35. See you guys soon.
No, god damn
Nice.
it. They need to make up their fucking mind.
What's wrong with the Warriors winning? What? You're from the Bay Area.
Because them winning,
Contrarian
them playing
motherfucker.
longer,
I swear to God, guys.
them
Are you
playing
fucking
longer-
serious right
Can
now?
you fucking hear me out? Fucking them playing longer means restaurants without TVs in them do fucking shitty on the nights they play in the playoffs.
That's true.
I swear to God.
So
they're
yeah,
trying to-
I like
they're-
money, but they keep on fucking going to Game 7 every goddamn fucking series, and it's like, oh hey, I like money.
It's
but,
called TV ratings and selling ads. It's all
yeah, and I hate it.
it's
And
all
I hate-
fixed.
And I hate shit that's taking money away from me, please.
Fair enough, but God damn it, Eric. God damn it. All right. See you guys in 9 minutes, 8:35. Eric the Contrarian, son of a What up? We're back from break. I got my food, which means no cam for a little bit. Hello.
Hi.
So out of
Hello.
all the wings that I was given, there was only one flat out of all the wings, just one. So I'm going to show you motherfuckers how to properly eat a chicken wing live on Twitch. Here's the
Just excited to watch someone put something in his mouth.
There's the
So-
big, juicy, delicious flat wing. It's a beaut. There's only one way to eat this properly. And this is how it's done. You take it, you put it in your mouth, you suck everything off the bone, and it comes out clean.
Alan just came.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna do
This
what?
is how you
to
do
a
it.
man?
Are you watching the stream?
Someone's got their
Oh, yeah.
pants
Oh, yeah.
off right now.
Trying to teach you,
100%.
I'm
trying to teach
completely
you how
naked.
to
I'm zoomed in.
trying to teach you how to eat a wing properly, a flat. You can't do this with a drumstick, really, unless you are truly a Hoover whore. But
I
this
can.
is,
Just keep that in mind.
I'm sure you can. Anyway, this is how you do it. This is how it's done.
I have returned. Sorry, I'm late.
You can watch
How you
Soma
do it.
suck on a chicken wing on Twitch.
Damn.
do
Oh, suck that wing,
Ooh.
baby.
Proud of you.
There you go.
How many tokens to see the real show? Anyway, let's finish this D&D campaign, guys. Sorry, somebody took my mic there for a second.
Ever wonder if like Soma's kid will go back and watch these VODs to see like a bunch of dudes making comments like, "Yep, someone's got their pants down" while he's like, sucking the meat off a chicken wing.
My boy's not going to know about the internet for at least 10 years. by design.
But then he's going to
Good
be
luck
like,
with that.
Soma's a boomer, and all the things that we think are funny are no longer funny.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Needs more eye contact. I did it wrong. You're right. Or just closing the eye, both eyes, and just pretending he's someone else, or it's something else, someone else. Anyway, okay, we're back. So I suppose we should wrap this bitch up and talk about what's next.
Yeah, I mean, really, who wants to talk about what they do now that it's all over? Who's going first?
Well, hold on
Sure.
a second. There's no like
Can I
final,
go last?
There's no like
Is that
final
right?
RP. We don't like have a party in the city. Like
No, I'm kidding. I don't know. I don't know what you guys want to do. How you want to
Let's
wrap
pick
this
up
up?
well,
like,
you can
right
why
where
don't
we
why
left
doesn't
off.
Styx? Yeah, exactly. Right.
What? What did you say?
You can tell us what
why don't
happens
we-
to the party if you want, or we can pick up where we left off. It's up to you.
Yeah.
Let's pick up right where we left off, I think.
Mm-hmm,
Okay.
Sticks,
100%.
what is going on in the sky? I'm curious about that.
It looks like it used to before Atropos ever showed up.
Oh, Atrophus is already like jetted out. Like we can't even see.
Oh
it
yeah,
now?
40,000 feet per second.
So can we
Holy
like
shit.
kind of see it like
Speed
racing
of
away?
light.
No
I
distant
think-
comet speeding away.
Maybe that's what you would see, but
Just like
The
a
thing
fading
really
light in the
moves-
sky. Yeah.
yeah, it's like a fading light in the sky. Really, it looks like maybe a particularly bright star that gets dimmer with each passing day.
Yeah. You'd have to know what you're looking for though.
Yeah.
As Atropos was before it was visible.
Correct.
So did we like kill Atropos or just ward it off? Like that's what I'm like. Can you actually kill
Banish.
that thing?
No, we banished it back to the
You could probably kill it.
far realms or whatever.
That's what
I
you
don't know-
should have
I don't
done,
know.
Soma, is touch the planet of Atropos and sent it into the plane of positive energy.
It's better this way. Gives another planet of adventurers something to do.
Yeah, you can't kill Galactus.
Hold
You just
on
gotta
to.
send him away.
All right.
Sending the shit to Faerun.
Mhm.
Anyway, so we see
There
Atrophus
you go.
speeding off into the atmosphere, I assume, or away from our planet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool right there. What time of day is it?
Probably like late afternoon.
Ooh, a setting sun. I like that. It's good.
We're looking up at and the sun is setting, and
Yeah.
just staring at the sky.
I like
Yeah.
to imagine that like maybe like Atrophus was completely eclipsing the sun because I imagine that probably happened. And like as it speeds away, we could see more and more
Yeah.
of the sun. as it sets a new setting sun on Irilon. Anyway.
Twin sons? What?
What? Why are there 16 suns in the sky? This
We
isn't Earth
never
we're
get to
on.
sleep. This is a nightmare.
But yeah, I think as it happens, Morty will be like, well, so that's it, huh?
Maybe we should go see the new queen of this land immediately and see if there's been any effect. Seems to be like Atropos is being banished and quickly flying away from our world, but perhaps we should probably check in with everyone, yes?
Your
Didn't we
mind
leave
really is
her in
always
the-
on work, isn't it? I think we should
didn't
take a
leave her
moment.
across the ocean.
Oh, we did leave her across the ocean, yes. Let's take a moment to enjoy ourselves, gentlemen. We just fucking banished a god. I mean, come on. It's kind of a big achievement, I'd say so, yes?
Agreed. Let us rest.
Yes. I think Morty will take a seat by this little pond, put his hand in it.
Aaron shakes his head and disagrees and grabs a sending stone out of his pocket to call Ileandra.
Oh, no.
Can you at least take it
and
to the other room?
Bobbity grabs Sending Stone and calls Joran.
No, oh, God. Guys, hold on, all right?
I'm pulling out my cell phone. I'm walking out of the room.
Listen,
I got you, Morty. I don't have anyone to talk to.
well, I appreciate you, you strange special boy. I do
Oh,
appreciate
never
you.
mind. Yaga's calling me.
Oh,
See ya.
God damn it. The foul abomination from the deep. Yes, I see. Gentlemen, put your stones down. Let's take a moment, all right? Some things I want to discuss is all.
Whenever Aaron hears that, he puts the stone back in his pocket and kind of cocks an eyebrow.
Yeah, Bobbity comes and sits down.
I like tap the side of the pond. Everybody gonna come take a seat. Come hold my hand.
Yeah.
But what does everyone have planned after this?
Uncertain. I have accomplished a major task, and, well, I guess I wait for another sign.
What, do you mean you're stuck here until you get orders?
I wouldn't say stuck here, but it would be nice to adventure with a fellow demigod.
Aaron kind of thoughtfully takes that in and gives him a nod and then looks back to Mortimer.
I don't believe that's my call anymore. What about you, Kale? What do you have planned?
Go to Barrington, clean it up, make sure the people there are safe. We'll have refugees soon from everywhere, right?
Sure, certainly. I didn't imagine Barrington. Is everyone in Barrington dead? Where'd they go?
Yes, they were killed or displaced.
Displeased. Yes. I imagine it will take some time. Bobber, do you intend to heal the planet, from what my understanding is, yes?
Yes, one of my main plan. Yes, I want to restore Shadowport in its entirety. I don't want it to be islands anymore. I want it to just be part of the whole continent again.
Ah.
But
good.
that'll take years.
Yes, Iliondra's behavior towards the reclamation of Shadowport is worrisome, to say the least.
I
an eye on that
share
property.
that sentiment.
Yes.
Yes, I have a plan for a refuge of sorts, but I need to
that's cool.
restore this first, and I take the black dragon mask off, kind of gesturing towards it.
I'm glad we shared an idea for refuge. Aaron, when's your child due? Do you have any idea? Is like elf birth like 9 months, or is it like 100 years? How's that work?
I don't know. I suppose I've been discouraged from trying to help raise the child after speaking with the lovely new queen. And I suppose your next question is, well, what will good old Aaron do next?
Would you say you don't know and she's your queen?
I don't want it. The White Walkers are coming. Aaron kind of steps forward and, well, what next? I suppose it depends on you, Mortimer. And maybe this one. And he nods toward Abdul. And Aaron says, when I left my manor in New Harbor, just what was only a few months ago, it feels like lifetimes ago. I didn't think that I
Yes.
would be in the present day with two brothers. And he walks forward and he puts his hand on Kale's shoulder and a hand on Mortimer's shoulder. I didn't think that I would meet new friends. And he kind of steps forward and puts a hand on Shu's shoulder and Bobbity's shoulder. Or
nods.
rescue one of the finest archers he's ever seen. And he gives a nod to Victor. And he
I'll reach out and like give you like a
gladiator
endearing
handshake.
hug.
Oh,
No, I'll
okay.
give you like
Oh,
an
okay.
endearing hug.
Okay. It's not a hug moment, but Aaron will give you like a.
Keep your sweaty body off of me.
It's definitely a hug moment.
Aaron gives you a hug.
Ew.
I don't know what I expected. I lived such a sheltered life, reading my books, going to shitty, boring parties, the worst, and being resented by my family. But really, I have a great and amazing family right here. I just never expected that. But another thing I didn't expect was to like the adventure, to like the danger. It is addictive. I feel like we got rather good at it, all of us. Now that we've saved Irilon and hopefully we are ushering in a new era of peace, well, what I'd like to do next is to see more. Mortimer, you said something interesting, as of you, Abdul, about the multiverse, other planes of existence, planes that I had read about but never experienced before we started this whole fucking adventure.
Oh, yes, they are out there.
Well, that's what I want to do next. I desire to see those. I highly doubt in the position that you, Mortimer, and Kale, and Barbady, and myself are in, that Ileandra is going to want me around, at least for a while, when the child is young. And there's others that can help heal the world better than I, and he looks at Barbady when he says that. And I suppose selfishly, the way I grew up, I don't want this to end. I want more. I'd like to go to the places you mentioned that you read about, Mortimer, that you've mentioned, Abdul. That's what I desire. That's where I want to go. Once we've made sure everyone's safe and things are on the track that I hope they're on here, of course, Irilon will always be home. But I desire more
Yes.
adventure. And then he kind of like goes back and then sits back down on the fountain.
I think Morty gets like a melancholic look in his eyes. That would be fun. Yes. Shoo, Victor, let me ask you something. I don't believe we talked about this lightly, but it was sort of in a bit of a hurry. What are your plans for Wasset?
Shu kind of looks meaningfully over at Victor, like they're trying to figure out exactly how much to share.
I'll
and then go for it.
I'll say like Victor will, like look back and kind of give you like a nod of approval. I think like these dudes have, like despite the differences, they're trustworthy guys. Even if we have disagreements about like godhood and all that, I think we could share. I think we could share our plans, and I think you get that vibe from Victor.
Yeah. Shu like turns towards the group and just sort of like sweeps eye contact across everybody and says, we're going back to the desert where we belong. We're taking those who'll come with us. Barbary, we need your help.
What do you need? I thought you didn't want the help of gods. Although, I would love to help you.
We don't want to. We have no intention of serving gods. But we will be your partners.
Well, if you seek Barbody's help, perhaps you'll indulge me. I have a favor to ask of you.
Hmm?
As you know, the Goliaths have lost their city, and so have the Drow. My, well, selfish ask of you is to allow everyone into Wasset. To, well, make a Wasset a home for the homeless, so to speak. I think that would be perfect because, well, you have to understand, if we wish to move forward, we have to create a different Irilon, a united Irilon, one that, well, lets everyone in. Gordao is well, he was a misguided soul, and very misguided. I look at Kale. Like, like I know you chopped his head off. But the reason he became that way was the selfishness, the coldness of the elves. If we wish to avoid such things in the future, I believe we have to move forward in a united front. And I believe, with the right guidance, and he looks at Shu and Victor, I think you two could do it. But I think you have to let everyone in. Let that be the birthplace of a new Irilon. Something that forgets the past. I know there's, anger and angst against certain drow. Not all of them were complicit, and those that were, maybe they deserve a chance to be better. A chance to rectify their mistakes as well.
As far as I'm concerned, there's no city left. We're starting from the ground up. Anybody willing to help us is welcome in New Wasset.
I think Morty will walk up
I'm
and
in agreement.
stick out his hand.
Shu looks around, like looks over at Aaron and kind of like very like and passively rolls his eyes and then sort of like does a half grin and firmly shakes Morty's hand.
Ooh, it's slimy. No.
New Wasset.
It's like shaking a cold fish.
I love the name. It's very fitting.
Yeah.
Gives Shu a nod.
I think Victor will follow up on that note. If any of you would ever need a place to stay, or just feel like doing something good for those who are downtrodden or forgotten, you always have a place in Wasset.
New Wasset.
Leave the Wasset, New Wasset. Yeah.
Whatever you want to call it.
Literally was just named by Shu.
So okay, well, it's a habit of calling it Wasset.
I call it poop.
Wow.
Poop
That's my
City.
name for it.
Diarrhea
No.
Island.
But I was like,
It's the sound effect.
That is good to hear, gentlemen. Sorry.
all who
continue.
contribute, all who can enjoy the rewards of that labor.
That's wonderful. Well, gentlemen, there is one more selfish ask on the docket that I must address. I think, as we've all seen, Irilon has never faced a foe like a Trophis before, and I hope that we never will have to. However, I believe that the meddling of gods is how it got here, or demigods. Was Gordao a god, or was he a demigod? He never achieved true godhood, right?
Correct.
Yes. And I think Morty will kind of wistfully put his hand in the pond. I think, in the best interest of Irilon, and considering you all have, well, something tethering you two here. Kale, you have Barrington. Bobbity, you wish to heal the planet. Shu and Victor, you have Wasset. Abdul, I don't know what you have, but you probably have something.
It's best if you don't know.
Oh, okay.
Terrifying.
Again, this will lead into my other point. And Aaron, you have your child. And I think you should be there in the formative years, no matter what Eliandre says. Point being, gentlemen, I think it's in the best interest of Irilon for it to have someone that can watch over it from the shadows. And with that being said, I think it's perhaps best that Mortimer Gruel passed away on Atrophis.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yes. I think it's best if, as far as everyone is aware, that I died up there.
Aaron says, I'll keep your secret.
No, I'm sure you will.
If we traverse the multiverse together for a while, and when I'm satisfied, I'll return and keep your secret for all time.
I think Morty will get kind of teary-eyed a little bit. Look at him. I don't believe it'll be yours to keep, brother. As they say, loose lips sink ships, and besides, who knows how we'll feel in, well, thousands of years from now, and it might be in our best interest that nobody knows I'm alive, that I can operate in the utmost secrecy.
Aaron just kind
A
of looks
most,
sad.
a most unusual take, but as a man in a similar situation, although I'm not asking people think I'm dead, I can understand.
Yes, I've said goodbye before at this pond once before, and I feel it is serendipitous to do it again, but I feel it's the best move for Irilon itself is to have someone of godlike powers to manipulate and move things in a way that can be discreet.
Shu is visibly wrinkling his brow right now.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you're going to travel the multiverse with Aaron, I'll be here to protect it if need be.
Excellent. I don't believe I'll be doing that. I'm sorry, brother. Speaking of the multiverse, there are things out there, things that I have seen in my time at the library in the Feywild. I have read things of far more danger than Atrophus itself. I fear that something I must get our planet ready for in the hopeful non-eventuality that it does come to that, but yes. That is the decision I've made, but if you feel it's poor, perhaps we can talk about it.
Depends on what sort of dangers you mean. Can you elaborate?
Dangers which we have, and Morty kind of like scratches his brow, no perspective of understanding. Like, take for example, Abdul's Yogg-Saroth. We have no clue what that is. If that even found some way to materialize itself here at Irilon, God knows what could happen. If we're not prepared for such eventualities, Atrophus could be a mere blip on the radar.
Were Yogg to materialize on this plane, I'm quite certain it would just cease to exist, or at the very least go crazy.
My
Or,
point exactly, gentlemen.
yes, I can understand why you'd want to prevent that, but I can assure you he seeks not to return to this place.
Aaron looks at Abdul and he says, "You're but a servant. If he's so great and powerful, why would he share his plans with you?"
I have insight.
Yes, anyway, point being, I doubt Yogg-Saroth is our greatest fear at the moment. The biggest point I make here is that while Irilon will have all of you, its stalwart, proud protectors, perhaps it needs someone like me, someone born for a more discreet role. Besides, I would never know what to do with all this attention. I don't think it suits me at all.
Aaron looks at Kale. Kind of like shrugs, cocks an eyebrow.
Yeah, Kale shrugged. I don't know. I don't plan on ruling anything personally. Just going to make sure that things are set up and people are okay. And I don't. I think maybe our fiddling with lives of others might not be the best, but you do you, Mortimer.
Well, unfortunately, if someone had came along and fiddled with Gudal, maybe we never would have been in this situation.
Yes, but
That is my goal.
isn't this exactly what Shu and Victor are afraid of?
Yes.
It's a bit of a
Shu and
slap in
Victor
their
have-
faces.
And that I am sorry.
Aaron
Just
looks sort
have,
of apologetic towards Victor and Shu.
No, I'll just look at Morty. But just have, since you've asked a lot of favors of us, I have one to ask of you.
Certainly.
Just keep the meddling out of New Wasset.
I will do no meddling in Wasset unless you I don't know, go off the fucking rails. Point being, I want Wasset to be whatever you want it to be. Just make it a home for everyone. That's my only request. I don't intend to
Right.
meddle.
And what happens when that request stops being friendly?
Stops being friendly. What are you talking about?
Wasset is a place for mortals and mortals only. We make our own decisions. Do not tamper there. Do you understand me, Mortimer? I've come to respect you. I've even come to like you. But do not set foot in our city and attempt to alter events with your, Shu waves his hands, godly powers. Do not. We've killed a god before, and I don't ever want to have to do it again.
Damn.
Tend to meddle, Shu. I think you're taking
Spooky.
this entirely too wrong.
What you're describing is meddling in the affairs of mortals.
Meddling in the affairs. I'm simply listen. That individual such as Ileandra, who at the soonest instant they saw gains, military gains, whenever they the demise of Guldawa. That is all she saw there. She's made a net gain from this entire endeavor. When it was her and her people who caused this entire thing. Those are the sorts of people I intend to meddle with, not Wasset.
You just said the words, in this order, I intend to meddle. What I am telling you is, do not do so within 100 miles of Wasset. Do you understand me?
I cannot
Very
promise you
specific
that.
range.
Good. Because I do love you as a brother.
He said he
have love
could
for you
not
as well,
promise you that.
Yeah, he
He
said
said I
couldn't.
can't promise
Could
that.
not promise you that.
Yeah.
If Wasset needs help, I'll be there to help it.
Shu looks down at the ground and just sort of like shakes his head.
They don't want your help, brother.
I think this is where like Victor will step up and like try to calm the tensions down a bit. So if Wasset needs you, I'm sure we will figure out a way to ask.
I don't think you will. Considering what I'm willing to do here, I don't think you will. I don't think you'll even remember this conversation.
Joke's on you. I got an iPad. It's just
No, this is the funny part about all this is like everyone's like, okay, Mr. God with unlimited powers, promise me you're not gonna fuck with shit. And he's like, I would just be like, all right.
Especially the time god. It's like you wouldn't
Yeah,
even know if he did.
I'm a god. Like, how would you even know if he fucked with shit? You'd have no
Yeah.
idea. So maybe that becomes a tradition
But-
in New
but
Wasset.
it's but I get
Anytime
it.
something
It's the
goes wrong, people are like,
principle
"Oh,
of it.
Mortimer," like, it's like, it's the damn thing. Now your name
And
is a
on-
curse word.
Then on the suffering we've done together, Mortimer, you must make us an oath.
All right, there.
You will not interfere in the affairs of the mortals of New Wasset without making yourself known to us and seeking our counsel. Do you understand? And can you swear this to us?
All right, then I can swear that.
Now Shu like really, really firmly puts his hand out for a shake. Like doesn't hesitate, doesn't look at anyone else. Burning embers into Mortimer's eyes. Shake my hand and shake Vic's.
All right, there. Morty will shake hands.
As you come to shake, mine will like, I'll just be let's say, on your honor. Do not betray us, please.
Sure.
You've signed this oath in front of your fellow gods.
I really think you're overdoing that. I mean, you can have my word on this, but you really, what do you think I'm going to do in Wasset? That's my concern.
Don't bring me into this shoe.
Act like I'm
Freaking-
going to like start some sort of cult or something. If anything, the only thing I'll do there is, I don't know, help train wizards. Like, what else would I
Aaron
do?
steps forward and he says, I can understand where they're coming from, brother. It's you're learning much about time with your new powers, and you've only been in existence for what, 30, 40, 50 years?
I believe I'm 42. Well, if we'd count the 10 years in the Feywild, yes.
Fair
I
enough.
understand.
But what happens when you're 42,000 years old? Time and experience changes everyone. You in the present know nothing of you 4,000, 400, or 40,000 years from now. What you go through, what you see, what you learn and discover will change you. And I don't know if your time powers allow you to look forward to see the man that you become. But you're forever now. And if you can sit in the shadows and dictate things, or make a promise to our friends here that you could break without them even knowing, why should they not be wary of a god, or a fallen, fake god like Goldwar, who never even achieved the powers he wished he could, who was alive for thousands of years, who wasn't always the evil necromancer we knew? Who's to say that you cannot be corrupted? Any of us could become corrupted. I think that's the point. 42 years.
The corpse fucker thought he knew better. Like, Shu jumps in and like yells over Aaron.
Yes, well, if I'm corrupted, this conversation is moot. I don't think I'll honor any sort of truce.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
All right then, brother. Then how about this? If I ever find myself changing for worse, I'll come find you. It's the only other... I don't know. Only other thing I can offer you.
You guys turn and see Abdul. His hands are glowing black. He's like, so you guys fighting right now or no?
No, we're not fighting.
Aaron,
What are you
Aaron
talking
says, relax. This is a family matter. And then he looks back to Mortimer. He says, look, Bobbity, Kale, and myself, I don't know the extent of our power or yours, but if any of us are corrupted, and I do intend to go out into the multiverse with or without you, maybe Abdul will join me, but each of us has to keep the other in check now. We don't even know what the other gods are like. We haven't met them yet. Who knows if... Well, who knows if they have us in their sights as targets, as newly birthed, ignorant gods with power that we don't deserve? Who's to say that the Raven Queen didn't step out of line? That touching the Godstones weren't some blasphemous event in the cosmos? We are just getting started with this. We have no idea what's out there, the extent of our powers, or what responsibilities we have now. All we can do is honor our friends' wishes, honor each other, and he looks to Kale and Bobbity and to Mortimer, and hope that the eons ahead of us don't corrupt us in a similar manner to Goldwar. That's all.
Yes.
I don't know about you, but I can't see the future. I'd like to consider myself a good person. And like I always said, everyone deserves a fair shot. We all do here. But we don't know the future. We don't know what will happen. We have to take care of each other. And that's all we can say and promise right now. And Aaron
All right.
gives Mortimer a hug, whether he wants it or not.
I think Morty's like a little off shook and he like gives in after a couple seconds. All right then, Shu. Victor, you have my word. No meddling inside of Warset.
Can we seal this somehow? Magically, that is. Something binding.
Unfortunately not. You'll just have to trust me.
Aaron looks to Shu and Victor and he says, he's literally a god. All you have is his word now. Unfortunately for you two, and I'm sorry for that.
Gods can be bound. And Shu like sort of looks over sideways at Vic and smiles.
Hey, well,
Yep,
we know that now.
I'll give you a
Mind you,
hearty
me.
laugh.
Out of your mind. Listen, just trust me, all right? I want the best for Warset, and that's what you want. I just want it to prosper and grow. So, if you want me gone, I will not interfere. You'll never see me step foot inside of Warset.
Imagining a scene where fucking Shu and Victor try to bind Mortimer, but he keeps reversing time 10 seconds, like over and over again.
God damn it,
He said rewind and rewind.
God damn it, Shu, why can't we keep the handcuffs on him?
Exactly.
But I think Vic will like step forward and be like, well, hold on now there, Skeeter. But
hold on there,
right.
Skeeter. She ain't hurting anybody. Yeah.
That's Mortimer.
Yes.
He didn't ask you to not step foot in Wasset, you are welcome to join us there. Just we ask that you do not do whatever the hell it is you do.
What is it that
in
I
and ar-
do that you're so scared of? That's what I don't understand here. I had no plans for what's it. If anything, I would only help.
Aaron looks at Victor and Shu and he says, I think you are being a bit judgmental. Mortimer's a pretty sensible individual. I know that, well, a false god, a man who never even achieved godhood. One individual almost destroyed this planet, but most people on Irilon are good. Mortimer's good. I will have to back Mortimer up in this regard. Maybe you should relax a little bit. Obviously, he's saying he promises he won't meddle with your affairs in a godly manner or dictate your reality, but give the guy some credit. He just helped you save the world, for fuck's sake.
Certainly did.
Yeah, I mean,
My-
I think we're giving him credit.
All right. How about this? If I ever wish to meddle, it probably won't be my face I'm wearing, but another's, but I shall come and ask you. In whatever way they could meddle.
I think Vic will nod and be like, that's all we're asking for.
All right, then. Let us seal our deal, then.
That was
And then
him
I'll
whipping
shake
his dick out of his pants. Why are you spitting?
Now
water?
to have gay sex.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with a little bit of, docking and, hanging out with the boys.
Gross.
All right, he'll shake Shu and Victor's hand. Seal
Okay.
that bond of hot masculinity.
Is it weird that I thought you said I'll shake their dicks and then I'll just do that? Oh, like it's me, Sean.
As Mortimer shakes Shu's hand, he feels like a sort of
So
static
heavy.
charge run through his body, and Shu like intentionally like does the static thing from his eyes, like as he's making eye contact with Mortimer, and there's just sort of like a solemn smile on his face.
I think as he's shaking Vic's hand too, I'll just be like, you are welcome in Wasset. We have our agreement. And then I'll kind of look around to the rest of the party and like, that applies to all of you as well. You're welcome, but if you have business, please come see us first.
So, what did you need my help with in regards to Wasset?
Life. We need you to give us
Sorry, what?
portable life. Wasset is
believe-
dead, and we need your help
Explain-
bringing it back.
Explain what that looks like in your eyes, Shu.
Little
Portable
dragon,
life.
you're possibly the most powerful being I've ever encountered in person. And the only one I trust to use his power for good, no matter what, for the benefit of life. Can you condense that power into something that Vic and I could carry with us?
I haven't ever thought to use my powers like that, but I can certainly try.
We want to bring Wasset back from the dead. We need you to concentrate life that we can bring to it.
Yeah, I imagine Bobbity pulls out, I don't know, like a pine cone or something from his backpack and starts casting like what I can only imagine would be equivalent to like a 9th level plant growth. So all that's left is like this bright glowing green seed of sorts, pine cone, something like that. He hands it over to you. That
What
should
do we do with this? How do we use it?
plant it and then step back.
Can you still produce water?
It should produce everything you need.
Vic's thinking that new Wasset needs some lakefront property. Lake and river should still be there. But...
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Bobbity also hands Shu the decanter of endless water. This should come in handy in case something goes wrong.
Bless you, Bobbity.
So where are the rest of you sitting up?
I need to restore this mask. And then start the restoration of Shadowport.
I think you'll do
So
well,
many
Bobbity.
things to do.
I think you'll do just fine, my friend. I think Morty will walk over, put out his hand. You strange little man. God bless you.
Bobbity hugs him.
Oh, Morty's like, oh,
Yeah.
all right.
His head
Leans up.
nestles against your ball sack.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
a dear little
Furry little fellow.
Yeah. Once that lets go, Morty will look to Shu and Victor, give a nod. No words. Kale, don't let your anger consume you, brother. That's all I ask. Stay away from the goddamn drink. You smelled like a sailor last time.
Again, I plan on restoring Brereton and making sure Jorn and Val don't make a mess of things.
All right, then. You're a sweet boy. Morty's going to go in for a hug.
Sweet
Yeah,
boy.
To refer to
The
Kale.
oldest
He'll
brother.
like pick him up and crush him.
Ah!
I think Vic's gonna, approach Kale. And for you, I do have one small favor to ask.
What is it?
If you have any old Wasset natives or anyone who wishes to move west, please send them our way.
Of course.
That's right. We made Mortimer a promise, and he made us one. We intend to stick to our half.
Excellent. I appreciate you, gentlemen. Brother, I'm sorry we could not travel together. That's how things worked out. Perhaps in another life, yes?
I understand, Mortimer. Go and do what you must. You've always been a bit of an enigma, I suppose, and, well, I wish you the best. And no, we don't have to hug again. It's okay, Mortimer. I can tell when you tense up that you're not really into it. It's fine. Plus,
It's not really my thing.
Oh, I know. Plus, I don't need you as a travel companion. I have this one, and he kind of gestures at Abdul.
I don't know
Greetings.
if that's better or worse that I'm not there, but I'm sure you'll figure it out.
I'll
I
sleep
can
with-
assure you, if you're on my side, you are safe.
See, brother? Everything's going to be fine.
Yes, don't look too deeply into his beard now.
It's probably for the better that you don't.
Don't worry, I think we all noticed the fucking tentacles. There's something weird about this motherfucker. It's okay.
A little bit, a little bit. All right, then. Be a good father, because God knows the early Andre's going to be a terrible mother. I mean, God, she might be worse than our mother. Am I right, Kale? Okay, okay.
Yeah. I have no words. This is
Yeah, what a cold bitch.
Starts drinking.
no, he doesn't drink anything.
All right, then. I think Morty takes another seat. I'm going to sit here for a moment. You lot can go do what you wish.
Well, I do know that we need to clear things up with Ileandra and make sure everyone's safe. And then, well, I suppose we'll say our goodbyes. And Abdul, we have a whole new worlds to see, I suppose.
If you weren't going to say it, I would have. Actually, I would have sang it, but,
You're so weird, Abdul.
I didn't. Eric
I'm
said
just kidding.
that.
I know.
In
I'm
Eric's voice.
just joking.
This is when
I can open your eyes.
No.
Your mind's eye.
Your
Take
brown
you-
eye.
Take you forward my
No.
horror.
It's
Show you about one-eyed
bleached.
monster.
Over, sideways, and in all the non-Euclidean ways.
Oh no.
Cyclopean architecture. Anyway.
I feel like this is when Abdul, you see the black tentacle? This is when he turns into Slab. It's like, you thought you got rid of me, brother.
No.
Oh no.
He was slabbed the whole time.
Oh no.
The worst ending. We unlocked the worst ending. God damn it. Aaron gives everyone an on. He says, I meant what I said. I didn't expect to find a new family, a better family. But I have great love and respect for all of you. And wherever we go, wish us the best. And you have my utmost respect, and you're all honorable men. And with that, Aaron is the first to leave, and he kind of gestures for Abdul to come with him, and he starts walking.
I'm your pet now.
Yeah, I have a pet warlock. The warlock doesn't have a pet.
Sidekick arc. Let's go.
The Brothers Jenkins, Eric.
Yeah.
Never mind. It's an old World of Warcraft inside joke when we used to play WoW together.
Literally only the two of us.
Do Victor and Shu just kind of pack up and head out? I'm assuming.
I think well, she was still holding, like, cradling the like glowing green, like, wild seed in his arms. I'm assuming it's like, if it's like swollen with magical energy, it's probably fairly large.
Yeah.
But Shu, like, looks around, nods at everybody remaining, and then looks over at Vic and is like, "We'll see you in the desert, if we ever see you again." And he reaches over and like sets the palm of his hand against Vic's chest, and Vic disappears. And then he looks at the rest of the party, and sort of does that weird, like, tight forced grin, and then vanishes himself.
You're a fucking wizard?
Bobby says, I really hope they teleported because I could have put them right where they needed to go.
Yes. Maybe they'll learn how hard it is, those fucking angry bastards.
We'll see.
This one we could pop out of invisibility. Ha! I knew.
So Aaron and Abdul are gone too, right?
Yeah, Bobbie's just gonna dip out at this point then too. He's gonna just walk into a tree over to the Obsidian Peaks to plant his first world tree.
Walking slowly.
Once it's just me
I
and Mortimer,
knew it.
I have a question.
What?
Once it's just me and Mortimer, I have a question.
It is.
So, how do you plan to make us all forget?
Well, brother, I'm a wizard now. There are skills I have. So, yes.
Are you sure that's the best idea?
For the sake of Irilon, in my opinion, yes.
How are we to keep you in check if we don't know you exist?
When have I ever misbehaved?
When has anyone?
That's fair. But I don't think you'll need to.
All right. Are you doing it here or somewhere else?
Figured I'd wait here. Wait till everyone's gone.
Wanna port me over to Barrington?
Certainly. You let me know when you're ready.
Ready now. Might as well. give you, let
WTB
you start.
Port Orgrimmar. Sorry.
Open
Barrington
trade, 5
tipping
gold
20 gold.
piece.
Yeah.
Sorry, I couldn't help it. I didn't mean to ruin the moment. Anyway, go ahead.
Oh, that's funny. It's 1,000 gold to stay here a night. We'll just take it off of your tab.
Sure. I mean, I guess I don't
Nice.
need gold anymore. Do you want my gold? I have
No,
a ton.
I don't. So
Like 8,000, 9,000 almost. Jesus. What are they doing with all that? Yes, but you have someone to be. I'm so sorry.
Oh no, it's all right.
All right, brother. I'll see you. You might not see me, but I'll see you. And with
Yeah.
that, Morty will teleport him away. Floop.
Now for the final scene.
I think Morty will sit there with the setting sun, kind of like flick his hand in the water a little bit, watches the ripples go. Ah, yes. The death of Mortimer and the birth of Gruul, the god of magic and order. All right, then. He'll dust off his little coat, pull out his wand. I've never done this before. I hope it goes well. I'm a little nervous. Oh, shit. Jordan's going to be so mad at... Well, whatever. Fine. Hope that squirrel's okay. He'll pull out his wand and start to kind of like rip the fabric of reality itself. And he says, I wish that all beings and entities in all of the universe believe that Mortimer Gruul died in the fight against Atrophis, his body falling into the cracks of when the planet exploded. And I wish this conversation here, the bits that make sense at least, happened prior to our fight. So at least I got to say goodbye. And with that, he'll kind of wisp it into reality.
And you're dead. No.
Just floating in space now.
I mean, kinda.
Unconscious, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Or
now
like-
now he goes by another name because even he believes he died.
Yeah, I think I mean Shu feels definitely feels like a pang of respectful mourn, like sort of shoot through him for sure, as I would assume all the boys do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, didn't
F
you
in
create,
chat.
like, a weird paradox by adding that the conversation happened before he died, and the conversation saying that he's going to disappear and we're going to forget him.
I said the person makes sense. Point being, all right,
Yeah, all right, look.
let's not nitpick the ending here, all right? Come on. Here we not say goodbye, just fuck. All right, Morty died, no word, whatever.
All right, Sticks. How does it all end? What's the final say here from our DM?
I mean, the final say is kind of up to you guys, but as far as the things that have been set in motion, the dwarves are going to go on to live pretty prosperous lives in their own kingdoms. The human kingdoms are all under one banner now, really, under House Hellcan. And the Goliath who got all their shit destroyed are going to actually, some of them are probably going to go to Wasset and see if they can't make a new life, somewhere else. The refugees of Wasset are going to go back and begin the building and healing process. Rival, you're going to plant a couple of big old trees.
Mm-hmm.
So one's in the Obsidian Peaks, and then where's the second one?
So that's what I was gonna. I was probably gonna put it in Shadowport, where the tower was. So once it's fully restored, people would be going from Shadowport to Obsidian Peaks. One of the trees will be completely surrounding the Obsidian Peaks, and that will serve as a prison for Vecna's hand as well.
Oh, that's badass.
Nice.
Yeah. So
Okay, well, here's my question.
mm-hmm.
Bobbity, are you going to dwell in the Obsidian Peaks and make it like the Church of Bobbity?
Yeah, that's where I was gonna have the refuge for the dragons be as well. Once I complete the Dragon Queen mask.
Fuck yeah!
Cool.
So it'll be a school for school/refuge for
Dragon Hogwarts.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Any space nerds who want to come and learn stuff can learn from Bobbity as long as they're like pure of heart and not crazy. And same with dragons. Come there and not be hunted.
I have a scene I want to do, but if anyone else wants to do one, I'll go. But I've been doing a lot, so.
Well, I mean,
Like,
how long into the future is your scene?
I think in like a few months.
Yeah. I mean, I'm fine with you going.
Go for it.
Yeah. I feel like
Okay.
most everybody's plans take a couple of years to happen.
Certainly. I think a few months down the road, what does Wasset look like 6 months after this conversation?
Should
It is. The seed blooms into like a huge acacia tree really rapidly. And there's like it basically like what Bobbity gave us allows us to build like it's like a porta oasis basically. So we essentially build like new Wasset. We start to build new Wasset around basically like this like city center structure that we plant the tree in. Imagine like the biggest acacia tree you've ever seen with like oasis pools that spring up from the desert around it. And then we basically just like start building, a small village in the desert that starts to grow and grow as refugees join us. But it's like adobe dwellings and it's mostly still during the day because it's so goddamn hot there. But at night, it's kind of bustling and moving around and expanding.
Party.
Theoretically,
It's Vegas.
that
Yeah.
there could have been some control weather in that too, so you could have a normal environment if you really wanted it to be.
I mean, part of the reason Shu wants to go back there is that like the desert is like his home and empowers him. Like Wasset is Wasset. He wants it back.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. So they return. I mean, like it's it's a beautiful oasis in the middle of an unforgiving, harsh place.
Fucking Dubai, man.
Yeah, it is. I was just thinking that. Yeah, it's imagine D&D Dubai. It's that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
They make it rain
D in Dubai.
once a week just to flex.
Yeah, but I don't know, Donnie, did you read my thing, my epilogue?
I did. Yeah.
Okay, good. So yeah, so for anybody watching on stream, Shu only sticks around in the public eye in New Wasset for maybe a handful of those months, and then starts to withdraw, and eventually begins to use the illusion magic that he learned over the course of his travels, along with the infiltrator key powers, to sort of permanently mask his own identity. So he becomes like the people of Wasset as a collective, but basically like cedes control of the town to the council and Victor, who he begins calling the Bandit Lord of the Shearing Gales, and he sort of like builds Victor up as a character, and then very gently sort of backs away from public life until Victor is sort of regarded as like the Bandit Lord of Wasset, and Shu just kind of observes from afar.
Honestly, so cool.
Badass. Okay, so here is what I'm thinking. Probably like 6 months or so after this conversation, we'll like cut into like a wagon train of refugees heading towards Wasset. And like what is kind of like the security around Wasset? Is it like guards posted on the road and whatnot?
Yeah, there are basically like mercenary looking or like bandit looking guards with spears, carrying spears and crossbows, sort of in the style of Victor. And they're of all different races and sizes, and I mean, it's like a very diverse crew.
Almost militia-like, wouldn't it be?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Instead of like a formal army. So like,
Well, you also still have, and I should remind you guys of this so you can figure out how you want to use them. But a lot of the original military of Chem is still like they survived. Like most of them survived because they didn't have to actually fight anything during the because you killed the necromancer.
yeah, I think what we were going for is like
That's
in
probably like the
spirit-
closest thing you guys have to a standing army or protection force is like these old veterans.
In a weird way, I think like the spirit of New Wasset was like of the people, by the people, for the people. So it's like no real it's militia people.
So soldiers aren't people. I see what you're saying, Craze. Fuck you. No,
I can't believe it. Essentially, it almost sounds like some weird little commune where everyone just helps each other out. Like that's how I took it.
Goddamn commies.
That's what it sounds like to me. Like
a socialist utopia in the desert.
Yeah,
we're in the middle of the desert. It's like a survivalist thing, right? Like it's a collectivist thing.
I do have a question because last event I told Ilyandra to send the Dark Elves to me. Where do they actually go? I think a majority of them ended up with you. Okay.
You could send them our way.
Some of them would end up in Wasset, yeah. Oh, an
Yeah.
important Wasset note.
Unless he doesn't want that.
True, very true. An important note on Wasset is that Shu basically tries to explicitly forbid the digging for the riches of the old city. He wants it to stay buried.
Hmm.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, did we mention the little contest thing?
Oh yeah, yeah. I can read that if you want. I mean, I can just read that verbatim.
That's sick. Yeah.
Okay, so everybody here remembers the contest that we did.
Mhm.
And I can just read the last thing. So actually, I'll just read the last 2 paragraphs. So, let's see. They spent the following days building rudimentary buildings, the start of a new Wasset, and in the following weeks, journeys were made to begin retrieving the rest of Wasset's survivors. A new Wasset had already begun to bloom in the desert heat, mostly still during the glaring days and busy expanding in the cool of night. Though as the city started to grow in earnest and even welcomed its first newly born citizens, Victor noticed another change in his friend, who'd once again begun to hover on the fringes of any group interaction they found themselves part of. A withdrawn temper rapidly turned into absenteeism as Victor noticed that the Genasi began to miss meetings of the new city council entirely, until one day, nearly 6 months after the planting of the wild seed, Victor realized he had not seen his friend in nearly a fortnight. That evening, when he returned to his homestead near the oasis at city center, he found a hastily scrawled note pinned to his door with a familiar blackened arrowhead. It read, "My brother, I return now to the way I was before. Wasset flourishes under its bandit lord, Pavel of the Shearing Gale. Know that I am still among you, but that a place at the table is not the place for me. Lead well, and if you need me, you need only whistle into a reed at the base of the great acacia. May our home and people always flourish as an equal to the gods, and never in their service. Fervently, Shu." To this day, the servants of the bandit lord and regent of New Wasset, Victor Pavel, throw a great festival in his honor each year in the dunes just outside the city. The pinnacle of that festival is a grand tournament of marksmanship, where great archers the world over meet and compete to see if they can best the lord himself. And each year a familiar pattern is observed. Lord Pavel handily defeats all comers but one. This one man is never the same man as the standout from the year before, but always holds his own against and sometimes even bests Lord Pavel himself. The one constant, the year's standout newcomer, always seems to have a kind of shining electrical glint to his eyes, and always seems to move with a grace that suggests floating more than walking. Pavel is unfailingly seen to greet this stranger with a kind of familiarity and warmth that a battle-tested hero such as himself would not usually reserve for a man unknown to him. And that's kind
Aw.
of like Shu's permanent epilogue, yeah.
That's so sweet.
Aw.
But that's the tournament, yeah.
Nice.
I like that.
That was good.
That was lovely. How do I follow that? Damn it. Actually, though, can I do my epilogue next? Just because I gotta actually
Sure.
kind of get out of here
Yeah,
soon.
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
No problem.
All right. So Abdul and Aaron adventure for some time, but a few weeks into the adventuring, Aaron himself is noticing he can't quite sleep. He's getting visions, terrible nightmares, demons, monsters, planes of existence that just seem too strange and alien to him. Abdul himself, on the other hand, is not sleeping at all. As time progresses, it gets worse. And Abdul confesses to Aaron that it is him who is causing all these nightmares. The Necronomicon and the Call of Yog are affecting his bodily form and projecting themselves out into the world around him. So while he does enjoy the company of Aaron and their adventures, he splits off to go a different path in life. However, while he wanders, he does gather followers who are sensitive to his unintentionally psychic calling, eventually settling in a coastal area, safe from civilization. Unaware to him on a conscious level, he was drawn to this area by an artifact of great and ancient power. He spends many nights having visions of it and the power it can bestow upon him, since after the Battle of Atropos he had increasingly regretted not ascending to godhood when he had the chance. Still loyal to Yog, however, it wasn't until he received the Old One's blessing to recover the artifact that he began excavations. Digging deep within non-Euclidean and Cyclopean subterranean ruins, the artifact he finally discovered the artifact. It was a fossilized fin. Upon acquiring it, he felt a combination of indescribable unearthly powers and helplessness. His body transformed into some amphibious creature of colossal size. He also received newer visions of something beyond all the realms, a large slumbering force whose power was exponentially even more vast than Yogg's. Yet with his sense of despair, he knew there was hope. He knew now that he had the power to spawn and amass a new species of warriors capable of quelling this unknown cosmic entity. Knowing this process could possibly take centuries, Abdul descended below the reef just outside of the coastal town, hiding his monstrous new form from any visitors. Only his most loyal followers knew this, and they slowly began transforming into a similar amphibious form, only not as big. As a result of his transformation, the psychic echoes from Abdul rang far and wide, attracting anyone sensitive enough to receive them. Those who arrived because of the signal were seduced by the power, and they would receive and join him. Before long, there was a population boom, and the settlement now had to become a proper town. Needing a simple name, Abdul just called it Innsmouth. Ariarnum, fuck you. Cue Bloodborne theme.
So I just want to take a moment and make everyone aware. This is why Morty did what he did. Is shit like this, right?
Right.
I never doubted you for a second.
Hey, Abdul's doing this to battle this vast, beyond godlike creature that could possibly wreck all of existence.
What the?
So yeah, it actually might have been better if Morty went and found this godlike creature that was going to destroy all of existence.
Yeah, Mortimer.
Yeah, it's all my
Yeah.
fault.
Nah.
Get
Now if
mad
we
at me
lose,
while
it's
I have
all
to-
you.
While Morty has to roll up his sleeves and fucking
Morty's dead.
stop the
Yeah.
hentai octopus
I don't know
killing
what you're
everybody.
talking about. Morty died.
Yeah.
Kale, do
Whatever
you wanna,
Morty's new name is.
Well,
do you want to
I
do
would
your
like to-
epilogue,
does-
Kale? Yeah.
Travel in the multiverse, could it like have different time than Irilon?
Sure, certainly.
All right,
Definitely. Yeah.
because my epilogue takes hundreds of years. Well, like not hundreds, but like at least 100.
Yeah.
All right. It starts off because the Helkin Empire now extends from High Point all the way to the Elven lands, the mountains, and it's very prosperous and great wealth and industry, and all of that good stuff. Dark elves come and join us. Some Goliaths. Jorn and Val obviously rule it for a while, and then when they pass, Kale starts to kind of descend into madness. In between the two great cities, a new city that used to be Oak, whatever. Can you go to the main map?
Oakwood, but yeah.
Oakwood, yeah.
Jesus Christ, Kale.
So in Oakwood, it's like between the Dragonfall and Veriton. New city, Death Hollow, spawns, and there's a great cathedral to the brothers is erected, and it's like black inside. You can't see anything, and it seems like orders are coming out of there now instead of directly out of Veriton or Dragonfall, and probably ends with like an army of Helkin generals in with Goliath and Dark Elves moving up towards Cragmaw, Delve, and Varnhold, and their banners is a withered hand.
And who's leading this?
Fucking terrifying.
Just generals of House Helkin.
Kale, what did you do?
They're gonna burn my fucking tree down? Is that what you're saying?
You know,
SpaghettiOs.
Again, just want to throw that out there.
Well, I mean, his brothers are dead. Everybody
Well,
he's ever known is dead, right?
At least no one
Bobby-
knows. No
Bobby
one knows where I put
disappeared.
the hand. All right.
So Jordan died. He's got this hand now.
Oh
Just
god.
saying. What would you do as a broken man?
Listen, it's a great
You're a
setup,
god,
Morty.
though.
It's a great setup for Morty, Shu, and Vic to team up
I
again.
was broken when I became a god.
Bobbity still gonna be around.
Oh, I suppose you guys would outlive Vic and probably even
They
me.
said this is like
Yeah.
100 years in the future.
Yeah.
You guys are probably
Yeah, I'm probably gone.
you're human.
Bones.
Victor's
Yeah,
Victor's
Bobby's a dwarf,
Victor's
but he's a
descendants.
druid.
Yeah, like
Genasi lived a
Party
long
from
time though, I
Free
think.
Wasset after an attack from the regime of House Helkin.
Oh, Vecna, bro. What the fuck?
Cool.
Yeah,
Well, it'd be
There
like
goes the-
Vic.
He's gonna
Victor
burn my tree
Pavel-
down. He's just
Victor Pavel
where's your
Jr.
tree?
Idrisil,
well, the
no!
tree is where the hand is gonna be in Obsidian Peaks.
You have the hand?
I'm gonna take the
Jordan-
hand and
Jordan
embed
has
it
the hand.
into it. But no, you're gonna burn my tree
I
down.
thought Jordan.
Yeah, I mean,
You're gonna burn my tree down.
Jordan had the hand last I heard, so that's where I was going with the epilogue. Is that when Jordan passed, Kale picked up the hand.
Oh, okay.
Goddamn.
Yeah.
What have you turned yourself into, brother?
Oh, Jesus.
I suppose the last thing Aaron does too is just a few weeks after Abdul abandons him in the multiverse to go do his thing. Aaron travels alone for several more months alone, and he has fun and he gets himself into crazy adventures and endures danger and hardships, but also amazing experiences that he'll never forget. That it's really cool, and he sees new life and new planets and new places. And then he knows in his mind, though, that his child is about to be born to the Queen of the Elves, Leandra. So he goes back to Irilon just in time for the birth, and doesn't tell anyone he's there, and tries to just hang out around the palace, sort of disguised, to watch the child grow. And that's kind of how his
Oh.
story ends.
Ooh. Disguise
Well, for now,
Aaron runs
anyway.
into
Yeah.
Eventually,
Morty.
Till Kale
Yeah.
goes crazy.
they bump into each other, and then
Kale
eventually,
becomes the Lich King.
yeah,
Then
eventually,
Kale gets Lich King.
Aaron reveals himself when his fucking brother has the hand of Vecna attached to his fucking wrist and starts marching on the dwarves. And I guess the last thing ever, 100 years later, is Aaron calling Mortimer for help.
You know what's actually crazy? If it's
And
100
your
And-
years,
and
your
Bobbity.
weird, powerful,
book
psycho,
would be
powerful
back.
child. Don't
Exactly.
forget about
So
that.
it makes complete sense because the book would be back. Kale would have grabbed the book again.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
Now I've got the hand.
Enter
Kale
season 1 of
becomes
Stranger
Vecna.
Things.
Yeah, Kale. Oh Jesus Christ.
Kale's the next antagonist on Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Hey, to be fair, the
That's
Hand of
badass.
Vecna and the Book of Isle Darkness was introduced to this campaign before we knew what season 4 of Stranger
That's-
Things was, so
Yeah.
they copied us.
Yep. The only thing we never found was the eye. So who knows what that is?
Exactly.
In Kale's
So
head,
weird.
duh.
Yeah,
it's-
I mean,
Kale had
yeah.
it the whole
Kale
time, just in his
is-
pocket.
he has
It's
all
like
the
I'll
evidence.
need this one day.
I had 100 years to
Holy
find it. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, no,
And he wields Fane Eater now, and he's just like,
Oh,
yeah, I get
Jesus.
it's
fucked.
probably like I would say like he probably didn't start like really going bad until like Jordan and Val died,
Yeah.
but like it was definitely like a slow descent,
Yeah.
like into madness.
Yeah,
He
because
just turned into
Bobby's straight
actual-
up sleeping and training dragons. And
There we go.
books.
The
That's
next big bad for the second D&D campaign.
Yeah.
He's Darth Kale.
Mr. Sticks,
Dark Lord Kale. Yeah.
any final words for the end of Irilon, the end of the campaign? Any giant wrap up or any
You know what?
thoughts?
Not really. I think you guys did a better job than I could have ever done. I just think it was a hell of a ride. I've never done a campaign that got to max level, so
Same.
it's pretty wild. And yeah, looking forward to the next chapter with this group, and that's already been planned.
Homebrew cock campaign.
No.
It'll be the sequel.
Well, why don't we
No.
talk about that here in a minute?
Yeah.
I really need more water and I need to take a
Yeah.
piss. Let's just take like a quick 2 minutes and then we can
Yeah.
chat about what's coming next and then we can call it.
Yeah.
I gotta
Yeah,
get out
yeah.
though, guys. It's been a pleasure playing with you for all this 2 years now.
Year and a half.
You're
You're
right.
half.
It's been a
Close.
pleasure being there for
Be 2
most of the
years soon, dude.
campaigns and losing a character and then forfeiting a character and then being a badass character.
You don't want to stick around and hear what's going on next?
I'll watch the VOD. I gotta just take care of some stuff here.
You ain't got to watch the VOD. You don't have to beat off right this minute.
I
Time sensitive.
Sometimes you do.
I already
time
took care of
sensitive, so-
that. Jesus,
Oh, man.
it's like while you guys were giving your epilogues,
All
They were pretty good.
right.
They were.
To your epilogue.
I rank Pete's as the best epilogue.
Yeah, that
That's
was
my-
good.
I like Kale's,
Pizza's great.
but I like pizzas too. Yeah, I only
Kale's is
Pizza.
spooky as fuck.
Everyone was great though.
Everyone was great.
Oh yeah, I like
Pete's was very well written. And I like how Kale kept the world open and in danger. All right.
Very well, good men. We will talk again.
We're going to take a quick break and then we're going to hear about what's next for the group. Let's come back in 3 minutes. See you in a minute. Or, times 3. Alrighty. back from the break. Hello, everyone.
And Dave was a
Sup,
Dunedain,
boys?
so he lives forever.
Yeah.
Hey,
about the,
Soma,
Yo.
in a second when we talk more, I'm gonna ask you to switch games. Maybe off camera, so that I'm on a very special splash, sequence in roll
Ooh.
20.
All right, chat. Say goodbye to Irilon. This is the last you'll see of it for now.
Yeah, keep
Sorry,
it
I'm
in your
driving.
hearts and memories.
Yeah,
It's
But
it's
the
okay.
reason I would play like a guy who secretly finds out he's like the last lineage of the Morning Stars is like like
Uh-oh.
Mortimer like led them to Wasset or something like that in his meddling.
Oh, it
That'd
is
be
meddling.
that'd actually be pretty
I
sick.
love
I'm not
it.
gonna lie.
That would be so sick.
Finding
You
out
have to play
finding,
as
like,
your son, so that's what
Gold
you do.
Junior is
Ooh,
born.
that's cool.
Alpha
of
Womb
that
flexing.
Morning Star.
I
Yep.
like that. All right, I've
Yep.
logged in to
The game.
the
Okay.
game. Ooh, this is a new
Alrighty.
new map. Is this a new map? No, it's this.
It is a new map.
It is new. Yeah, I was gonna say.
I like it for reasons, and I will explain them in a moment. But
Whoa.
all right, chat, are you ready to see the setting of what our next game is going to be? I mean, some of you already know because you've been watching for a long time, but feel free to show them the little mappy poo, and they might see some familiar names, some familiar places. Because this time we're still homebrew, but I didn't make this world up, but somebody did, and we're very happy they did. Guys, we're going to be playing a Star Wars game next.
Cool.
Cue John Williams theme.
And then we get DMCA'd immediately. So, guys, this is the Galaxy. We are going to be playing. I'll give you the time period that we're playing in, but I'm not going to tell you much else because we want you to see it in person. But the next game is going to be Star Wars. It's going to be set in what Obi-Wan refers to in A New Hope as the Dark Times. This is the rise of the Empire. This is 5 years after the end of Revenge of the Sith. So it's around the time that Jedi Fallen Order takes place, for instance.
A few years.
The Empire,
post Order
it's a few years
66,
after the
yeah.
whole Order 66 is declared.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a time period that's very dangerous. You have the Empire at its zenith with Darth Vader at its head and the Inquisitors below him,
And the
still
Emperor.
searching for the last of the Jedi. And there are lots of crime syndicates. We got the Crimson Dawn. We've got the Black Sun. We've got the Pike Syndicate. All of that. The Hutts. Oh, yeah. So
What's up with the Trade Federation right about now?
they're
Wiped out?
toast. Oh, yeah,
Wiped out.
way wiped out.
Yeah.
Anything left of them is like a remnant, like, it's like two Nemoidian dudes and one of those techno, bankers or whatever. Who knows? That's all that's left. No, they were put to the sword pretty hard by the Emperor.
Wheat.
They served their purpose. But yeah, we will see what kind of trouble our party can get into. And we're going to take like 4 weeks off, I think, ish.
We'll be starting
So-
July 11th.
July 11th? Okay.
Actually, wait a second.
No, it would be the 18th, I'm pretty sure.
No, because the 18th is when I'm going to be in Amsterdam for TwitchCon EU, so probably July 25th.
There you go.
July 25th.
I knew it was like end of July.
It's going to be a few weeks. We're going to spend the next few weeks learning the game.
Yep. It's
Which
a
is
different
definitely for the
system.
best,
It's
yeah.
not based on D&D at all. It's not even based on anything D20. We're using the Fantasy Flight system, so it's more of a narrative style of play, less number crunchy. And that's some of those weird symbols you see on the side. We'll go over that when the first session happens. I don't want to give too much away. I don't want to talk too much about it. I just want you guys to know it's Star Wars and that the entire cast is coming back with Eric as the guest character.
And yes, it will still be
And-
badass combat. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, I think the combat's more badass in this game for reasons you will all find out, hopefully.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm very, very excited to run this game. I've run it once before. I did an Old Republic campaign during the time of like right before Knights of the Old Republic. It was really fun. And Alan was in that game with me.
Yeah, it was.
But
really good.
yeah, that was a fun campaign. So this will be my second foray into it in a time period I'm very excited to run in. So we will move on to that.
Hype is very strong.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hell
I'm
yeah.
so excited.
Yeah.
This is gonna be cool.
Yes. Yeah.
What do you think,
That's-
chat? What do you think?
Do tell everybody about some of the characters.
No, I want to wait. I actually want to wait. We have some really exciting characters. We have things that are really cool. Part of the reason I want to hold off is because there are some things I want to like flesh out with you guys. Just to
Gotcha.
tie it really into it. So I think we'll just do it day of and let chat meet these people and learn about them organically. I think that will be probably the most fun. So
Let's see.
That is fair. I just want everybody to know that I'm playing like by far the coolest guy, like the Giga Chad.
No. I'm
Yeah,
playing
no.
Nicholas.
I'm the Giga Chad. It's okay. I'm like peak masculinity is my character.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's
No,
definitely
honestly
true.
though,
I got
yeah.
to back Donnie up here. His character. He's got that Giga
It's
Chad
very
energy.
To be
Chadley.
honest, I think all the characters are going to be really good and
Oh, yeah.
create interesting scenarios.
Yeah,
And
I'm
if
sort of
you've-
doing like a dark, edgy
Yeah.
self-insert with my guy. He's like handsome, hot, and sexy, and like capable.
Yeah, and
Keep
if you fucks think that old Soma is gonna be some edge boy, well, let me fucking tell you something, okay? You're absolutely fucking right. God damn it. You nailed it. I'm sticking to my fucking edge path. I'm edging right now, actually. Yeah,
Me too,
that's
dude.
right. I can't help it. I got an
Yeah.
edge to me that is undeniable. And I'm going to fucking
Yeah,
stick to the script because that's what I fucking like. God
The
damn
only
it.
Me and
difference
Soma
will
are
be
actually
the accent.
we're force-sensitive, hot, young, sexy twin brothers. And
That are
Oh,
Twi'leks.
we use a tandem lightsaber
Oh,
together
no.
to fight off.
Oh. We actually have to
It's a
dock
lightsaber
them.
jump rope.
We have to dock them first. Yeah. Pete, what were you going to say?
Oh, nothing. Never mind. Still leave it on the table.
I don't think you can top that one.
Yep.
Beyond that, Sticks, didn't you say you wanted to do like some sort of setup or say something, or was that it?
I mean, it was pretty much just announcing the next thing
Okay.
that we're going into Star Wars, and we look forward to seeing you guys, and at the end of July.
Did we talk about what time period in Star Wars we're doing?
Yeah,
Yes, I
Yeah.
just covered that. So yeah, it'll be a really fun time. Hopefully they don't encounter Vader or they're all dead. So yeah, see.
I think we could clap him. Easy peasy.
No, we're gonna instantly die.
Nah, dude, Vader's gonna fucking. If Vader doesn't delete us, I'm gonna be upset. Like, if we ever fuck with him.
I saw someone on Reddit in the SWRPG thread that was like, have you tried to stat out Vader? And someone's like, no, I just have a rule that if you're face to face with Vader, you're just dead. And I was like, yeah, that seems
You
about
said if
right.
he's
Basically,
within melee
if you're not
range.
running.
Yeah, if you're
You're
in
not
melee range of Vader, you're just toast. And you try to
Yeah.
run, but he'll just force choke the shit out of you.
Yep.
Break
Or
your neck.
throw
with the
something at
Force.
you.
Yeah, I mean, like, it doesn't matter.
Speaking of,
Yeah,
is
the end of
episode
Rogue
5 out
One.
yet of Obi-Wan?
What?
Is episode 5 of Obi-Wan out yet?
No.
No, that's like Wednesday night, I think.
Tomorrow night. Was not a fan of episode 4. It was a touch disappointing.
Same.
There were cool parts to it, but yeah.
There was a
overall,
lot
it's
of
kinda-
fucking dumb, stupid Disney shit
Yeah, there was.
that I'm
The
happy
mini
we're talking about
speeders
this
were-
without Eric here.
Yeah, the mini speeder was a
The
little.
mini speeders that were speeding into that hangar and then
It's
suddenly
the size of a
Were they
go
all
kart.
that size, or were they like mini for that?
no, it
No,
was
they're-
fucking
I
dumb.
mean- And they can't fly into the atmosphere either. It's a speeder, not a ship. It's like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah,
Uh,
I guess that's why they used them on Hoth.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they
There's
were
no
just
speeders.
hovering, and they were also speeding into that back wall of that hangar. Then suddenly, there was like a different shot, and they're not slamming into the wall, and they're like hovering and flying away. And there was a bunch of TIE fighters that would have been scrambled and instantly shot them down. It was bad. It was, it's bad. The show is bad. I'm just coming to that conclusion. It's bad. and I wish it wasn't. I'm still gonna watch it because Star Wars, but it is a disappointment, and the writing is bad. Some of the acting's cool, and some
Ewan's
parts are
amazing.
cool.
Yeah.
Some parts are
Yeah.
cool. That scene,
Episode 3 was good, except
there
for like
was
two
parts. Some of the coolest shit I've seen in Star Wars in a long time. Just Vader being evil when he's walking through that town. It was
Just
some
killing
of the best Star Wars shit ever. It was just dark and awesome.
Oh,
And then I read this article about Kathleen Kennedy squashing the original script and replacing the lead
because it was too
writer
dark.
because she said it was too dark for Disney Star Wars. And this is the mess that she
I
has given us.
wanted heroin addicted Obi-Wan Kenobi. You know, that's what I wanted. Okay.
I just feel like
Huh?
putting Leia in the
Death
story
sticks.
was like that was just not the story I wanted with Obi-Wan. Like I wanted Obi-Wan on his own, not like with Leia and Luke and all that fucking dumb
Totally
shit.
agree.
Yeah, I
Mandalorian.
agree. I wanted to
Yeah.
see him be solitary and learn how to talk to Qui-Gon, which he still may do, to be fair. But, you know, I want to see that shit. Like, how did he learn to be a Force ghost? That's kind of
Just
important.
So many fucking annoying things.
So, yeah, I don't know. I would have done it differently. But,
I also
you know,
just would have hired better writers and I would have had better fight choreography, and
Yeah.
I would have stuck to like my own rules, I guess, in the fucking universe, and
I just think
not made
Dave,
rookie fucking mistakes.
Yeah, I
with-
just
don't
think Dave Filoni has to be involved in anything. Otherwise, it just ends up being bad.
I think it's Disney that's fucking it up. Even if Dave Filoni, because Dave Filoni was involved with Boba, right? And it
I
still
think
got
it's
fucked up.
Kathleen Kennedy.
He was only a producer
really.
on it, though. He wasn't the writer or he directed one episode, and it was the best episode. It was the one with Ahsoka and Luke Skywalker and all that shit. That was the best episode.
I
like,
blame
easily.
Kathleen Kennedy at the top.
Yeah,
She is fucking
correct.
tired and terrible and should have retired fucking, I don't know, 15 years ago before
Yeah.
the new trilogy. I then blame Disney executives, but lesser so than Kathleen in a way. And then I blame the writers and the people that sign off on shit and the producers and whatnot below Kathleen that are all just nodding their heads and saying, yeah, fuck it. Yeah, this is fine. The fucking
Right.
dumb kids will buy the goddamn merch no matter how bad the show is.
Yeah. And it
Fucking
sucks because like you said, some of the acting's really good and even some of the directing isn't that bad.
Some of the
It's
scenes
like-
are sick.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the problem.
Yeah.
Some of it's cool as fuck. But
Right.
every cool
That's-
thing,
yeah.
you know there's going to be a part right after it or right before it that's going to make you fucking smack your head and shake your fucking head and just be sad. And you're going to get something cool as fuck and then be disappointed 2 minutes later. You're going to see something cool as fuck and that same rule that was followed in that cool as fuck scene is going to be broken, forgotten about, or ignored fucking 4 minutes later. It just doesn't make sense. It's terrible.
Yeah. I
don't
still think you
understand why
need to
you
get
wanna
to the
double down on the dark shit.
What?
Oh, sorry, my internet DC'd, so I'm on my phone. But I was saying I don't know why Disney doesn't double down on like the dark and gritty Star Wars shit. It would
Disney.
make them so much
It's
more
then
money.
Disney, bro.
families can't watch. What do you mean?
Well, the thing that
I mean, Darth
confuses
Vader broke a
me-
child's neck on a Disney
Yeah, I know.
show
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
That is
last
true.
week, like 2 weeks ago.
Honestly,
There's been
fair
evil
enough.
shit. Why can't they just embrace the dark side and make something
Yeah.
cool? Why
Like
make
how's
the
the
shit?
Acolyte gonna be? Is the Acolyte just gonna suck because they don't want to go too dark? Like, how's that gonna work? It's literally about a Sith person learning the dark
Yeah.
side.
My question is like, how long can they
You're
keep
breaking up.
fucking this up before somebody's like, all right, we got to get some different people in there? Oh, you hear me?
Yeah,
you're
we
breaking
got
up.
you.
Yeah,
we
how
got
long
the
can
end of
they?
it.
How long can they fuck it up before they're like, enough's enough? I think it's coming to that right now.
Because it's like they
Yeah.
fucked up the trilogy. They put out
If
two
this
bad
year's-
shows now, and it's like,
If this first batch of Star Wars Celebration shows goes as bad as Obi-Wan, Kathleen Kennedy's gonna get fucking on the chopping block.
Yeah.
100%.
She fucking
They will-
sucks.
They will want her off that because she doesn't understand what people who like basically they're going to be like, well, there's Kathleen Kennedy and everything she's like vetoed or pushed ahead or made happen her way has sucked ass and everybody hates it. And then we've got guys like Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau and even Bryce Dallas Howard. All the stuff she's directed has been like fucking top tier, amazing shit, like half the Mandalorian episodes and stuff. Taika Waititi also in charge. But the point is, you give these people the reins because they
Yes.
know what the fuck Star Wars people want to watch. That's it.
Yeah.
You give the people who know how to get engagement, because if people lose interest, they're not going to buy your merch anymore. Like, there's your marketing reason. Like, just make fun, exciting new characters. Tell new stories. Get out from the known shit. I say as I'm about to tell a new story in a era that's been beat to death like a dead horse, but I'm going to make it more fun, damn it.
No, your story is about to be better than anything that's come out in the Star Wars,
That's
I don't
probably
know,
true.
slate of content in fucking years. Let's be real here.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you're going to
Yeah.
do some like dark, crazy shit. It's going to be fucking cool. There's going to
Yeah,
be
pretty
some
much.
fucking crazy, amazing adventures ahead of us. I can't wait to find out what the campaign is called.
All of your Blade of Disasters are going in the Star Wars chat.
Oh, weird.
It's pretty bad.
What the hell?
Yeah.
It's
What have
because
you
he was on
done,
D&D
Aaron?
Beyond, and it's a link to his the VTT he's on. That's why. It's funny.
Folks, we're going to call it here. This was the epilogue. We're not done, group. We're going to talk after the stream ends, but for tonight,
Yes.
here's the galaxy map that we will be traversing in just a few weeks. July 18th will be our first session. Very exciting. Or sorry, the 25th. Sorry.
25th.
I wish that it could be sooner, but I would hate to start on the 11th just to disappear to go to TwitchCon on the 18th. Actually, you know what? Hold on a second. Let me see what time I land, because if I'm landing at a decent
if it's same day
time-
but early, then it wouldn't be that bad, because your jet lag wouldn't hit you that hard right away.
I wouldn't be home until like 5:30 p.m. That's not worth it. I don't want to rush off a 11-hour flight and sit down in this.
No,
chair.
you'll be uselessly jet lagged, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna start this July 25th. July 25th. That will be session 1 of the Star Wars RPG. Campaign name
Pending.
unknown, pending. Pending was the correct word there. Yes, I'm tired. I am tired, actually. Guys, thank you for watching Irilon over the past year and a half. It has been the best D&D campaign I've ever played in, the longest one I've ever played in, the only one I've ever seen get finished to completion from level 1 to 20. The whole group stuck around. Eric played a quarter of the sessions or so, maybe 20% of them, which was cool. Our little guest spot. Pete and Al joined late, and they became amazing party members and players that everyone appreciates. Our core group obviously is amazing, and Styx is a killer DM. It's going to be very fun to see what he does in the Star Wars galaxy in just a few weeks. So, that being said, this has been Irilon, the Epilogue, session 60. There is no Irilon episode next week. That's it. I will be going live next week. Let's see here. The 21st of June is my 10-year anniversary as a streamer and in this live streaming space, which is pretty awesome. Started streaming June 21st, 2012. I'm going to be doing a 12-hour stream in Chernarus on the day 1 Chernarus map, actually. From 7 p.m. PT to 7 a.m. I'm going to have a special guest. Crazed might play a little bit. Maybe even Bash, a.k.a. Shu, a.k.a. Pete himself, will download the fucking game and give it a shot. Maybe. We'll see.
Peer pressure. Look at that.
Peer pressure. Yep. It's going to be awesome. So make sure you guys come out for that 12-hour slog through Chernarus. It'll be fun, though. It'll be fun. I just prefer other maps at this point. But got to go back to the old school. Anyway, 10-year stream anniversary, June 21st from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. PT. It's going to be dope as fuck. Make sure you come out. And once again, to the crew, thank you guys. Styx, special thanks to you for all you've done. Looking forward to Star Wars. And chat, thank you so much for watching Irilon, our precious, sweet, nerdy 5th edition homebrew D&D campaign. Good night, everybody. Take care. Goodbye.